Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Social here on Politics Social. I'm joined by Aid Thompson, although his name says something different, and also by Mike Dix. Hi, Mike. Hi, Adrian. How are you both doing?
Hello.
You all right?
I'm good. How you doing?
You've left your porn on your laptop, mate. You can see it. You can see it at the side of the screen there.
Oh, well, this is embarrassing. Oh. Not again.
Billy Kershaw says, I just want to sing. I don't want to work down the coal mine. I just want to dance. Big shout out.
Friday Night Social, the musical. Go, Aid.
Welcome to Vendetta, What Angry Pagan, and L, Butterfly Chaos. We've got Reverend Kathy in the chat. We've got Person Impersonator. We've got Sarah Davis. We've got MH Kara. Hello, everyone. If you'd like to join our friends in the chat, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button, and then me and Aid and Mike will probably read out your chats. Maybe. I don't know if you say something funny.
There you go.
Like Jez Buller. Sorry, I'm going to be using that now forever for your party. I'm just going to call it, oh, you mean Jez Buller? It's just genius.
I haven't heard that yet.
It was in the discussion this afternoon with me and Mike. Me and Phil, and it was I just said, what should we call your party? Instead of, when they get their actual name, and just clicks, was it just video clicks or something like that? I'm gonna look it up. I'll tell you. I don't want to just take credit for this one when it might not have been me who made it. It was at Just Click Approve 92 who came up with it. There you go, Jezbollah.
It's good.
I love it.
Power.
I love it. Anyway, shit's gone down tonight. The fucking royal family's dropped the nonce.
Yeah. By the way, I meant to mention to you guys, can you stop calling me His Royal Highness tonight because of the whole,
connotations
thing.
Yeah. Okay,
sure.
Will do. Sorry, Mike. Sure. Sorry, Your Highness. I mean, Your Lowness. I mean, Your Averageness.
Just nonce is fine. Just call me a nonce. It's fine.
Nonce, Barry Nonce. Well, look, I was reading that this is the first time that's happened in over 100 years. So do you want to know what the last duke who lost his dukedom was?
Yeah, go for it.
It was
over 100 years. Okay.
No duke has lost their dukedom for over 100 years. So the last time I think was 1919, which might give you a hint. And it was one of Queen Victoria's grandsons who fought on the German side of World War One.
Wow.
This doesn't happen.
I mean, to be fair, wasn't the German running World War one of her relatives as well?
Yes. It was all their grandchildren all fighting against each other.
Yeah.
But this particular grandchild was still a duke of somewhere in Britain.
Yeah.
And so that was a bit cheeky. But yeah, the World War One was a fight between various different factions of Queen Victoria's lineage. Because she married all her kids off to different royal families around Europe, thinking that's going to stop war from ever happening again. Because why would a family fight against each other?
Wasn't it Danish princesses or something that infiltrated into a family and then they married the Russian Tsar and the Kaiser? And there's a theory that it was them behind the scenes that were just winding the pair of them up. Going, he's got a bigger boat than you. Look at that. Look at that fucking boat.
Look at that size of that fucking boat. Sink it. Sink that. One Angry Pagan has dropped the first super chat in of the evening. Badger. The Badger clan is invincible. But what if you see, there's a snake. There's a snake. There's a badger. Anyway, so thank you very much to the Badger clan and One Angry Pagan for the super chat. Brock is there in the background there with guarding my Guinness World Record certificate, being the world's biggest nonce. I mean, but bastard, shitbag. Anyway, so yeah, Prince Andrew is he's still a prince though. He's still a little prince.
Yeah, and he still gets to live in his posh house. His wife can't call herself the Duchess of York anymore.
Yeah, she's a nonce enabler.
Yeah,
she's a nonce apologist, is what she is.
Yes.
Literally apologizes to nonces for calling them nonces.
But this was just going to rumble on forever. I mean, it's not going to stop now. It's not like they've gone, oh, well, he's renounced his royal titles, so
I
leave
think
him alone
they'll kill him. I think they're going to off him. I mean, it's not like it's like. Could you honestly say it's out of character for the royal family to like look at somebody who's a huge liability for them and then go like,
I don't think they're that competent. The IRA, Lord Mountbatten, they're competent. They know what they're doing. But no, the royal family. I mean, this is the family that the king phoned up his
killed Diana.
Bit on the side, and told her that he'd like to be her tampon. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, they're not exactly, I don't think they have MI5 at the beck and call. Even if they did, MI5 are a bit fucking useless these days. Anyway, they can't even catch a couple of spies and put them on trial.
I think and there are journalists who are suggesting that the longer that he stays around, the more at risk the institution of the royals is. I think if it's the choice out of the institution really, really suffering, potentially going out of business, or do you
think that's true though? Don't you think all the dirt's been done? Like my first reaction was there must be a story coming out this weekend. Somebody has got something
which is going to come out
this weekend.
Well,
because the press release and the news coverage just says, because it's just got too much, and you go, what? It's been fucking 10 years. It's been going on and on and on. There's been 2 Netflix specials made about it, basically.
About the interview he gave with Emily.
What else? How much worse can this get? Basically?
Yeah. We've got a couple of points made. It's via Super Chat. We've got Miss Paula Thomas. Thank you very much for the £2 Super Chat. It's very kind of you. World War One was basically a family argument. Yes, it was, in which 60 million people died.
It was about boats at the Isle of Wight. That's what it was all about.
Yeah. And Chris C says, thank you very much for the Super Chat, Chris. Will he still get his protection detail paid for? Yeah, probably. Unlike, the actual real prince, the Prince Harry, who should be our next king, I reckon. I'd love to have a king as a king.
I think there's a brilliant low-budget British film to make where Harry leads a revolution.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like proper medieval war type stuff, basically.
Yeah. For Prince Harry and God.
I'm so into that. I'm invested.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And it would be like this sort of like the small c conservative institution tradition versus the new world of woke.
And,
it would be like
podcasts.
Yeah.
People who recognize institutional racism and the wrongs of colonialism versus the old stuffy ones. I like it.
Marching 1,000 people marching across the hill with scented candles.
I would love for all the gam-gams to have a picture of Queen Meghan in their wallet. And all the money, all their postage stamps. Picture of them on the the front of the passport, the front of the British new British passport should just be a picture of Queen Meghan.
And we could start a woke puritanical purge, couldn't we? We could ban Christmas. Ban Christmas straight away. That's the first
I'm just going to run a little experiment whilst we're live tonight. I'm going to ask Grok to draw me up a picture of Meghan as the Queen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to post it to Twitter.
Love it.
And
can you post it something that I'm on? I've got Blue Sky or Threads.
You're not going to get any flack for that on Blue Sky, are you?
Oh, no.
Let's keep an eye on it. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Brad W8 102. Thank you very much for the £5 Super Chat. Andy will have to covertly work for Deliveroo to pay for his air conditioning and hefty water bill in the summer. Well, he doesn't sweat, does he? He doesn't sweat. So thanks very much, Brad, for that. And Aid, I have a question. How come on your show, everyone's name is coming up correctly, but on this, everyone's names in the chat is coming up as their @.
Oh, I don't know.
Someone get YouTube on the phone. Get YouTube on the blower.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sitting there going, because MTV's closing down. MTV's finishing. Yeah. End of the year.
That's sad.
Yeah. It hasn't shown any music for 25 years, but it is stopping. And Ray Kroc, was it? No, he was the guy who founded fucking McDonald's. There was a guy in the 90s who presented a show on MTV. He did Clean Our Souls, and it was like Europe's Most Wanted or MTV's Most Wanted. and his name was
Ray Cokes.
Ray Cokes, that's it, not Ray Kroc. He was on Facebook the other day writing about how sad it was that MTV was going, but also that it hasn't had anything good on for 25 years, and how great it was in the 90s when they used to have shows like Most Wanted and Davina McCall's show, Headbangers Ball. She used to present Headbangers Ball
I remember
back in the day. And Tommy Amstus used to present Alternative Nation on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
I could wax lyrical about like the glory days, the golden era of MTV was like, if you weren't alive around that time, MTV was the shit.
Well, I want to bring it back on YouTube. On YouTube, we need to have Top of the Pops, and we need MTV, but like the YouTube version of it with curated video content.
So is it just like bands miming to their own songs on a Zoom call? Is that what's...
No. You play the videos. You play the videos. And also you'll have like a live show each week where you did actually have the bands playing. I watched the Mercury Music Awards. It was fucking brilliant. You know, forget about the awards or whatever. Just having 12 fucking great bands and artists come out.
Mike's on some like Dragon's Den shit, just shooting it straight down. Like,
and you could, but if you're going to have a live audience, that's cool, because you could still do the Jimmy Savile stuff, couldn't you? Which is... I had a mate who was a runner on Top of the Pops in the 80s.
Did he do a runner?
And he genuinely said that there were queues outside the DJ stores.
I've heard
and
this.
The queues were the mums and their daughters, and the mums pushing their daughters into the green room. And his job as like a 19-year-old runner was to try and stop this happening without getting sacked. Basically, what do? You know, it's like he says, everybody knew that there was stuff going on, but nobody wanted to get sacked, so nobody brings it up. Basically,
Tim Ballum says, "Isn't MTV still on the pre-roll for South Park?" Yeah, I think it is, but I mean that's MTV Studios. I think the broadcast in MTV Europe, it might still be going in the US. I'm not sure, but MTV Europe is coming to an end. No,
so many great shows.
First video on MTV America. First video. Pop quiz.
Dire Straits.
Nope.
Dire Straits.
No, that was MTV Europe.
Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yes, by.
No idea.
Buggles. Yes, well done. You see, quiz team. We got the quiz team here. Come on, let's do this. Yeah. But
I'll do the ancient music questions.
So I was sitting there thinking, bloody hell, I should really do something with this MTV sort of Top of the Pops, sort of do stuff on YouTube, because I know quite a few bands. I know quite, I was. Don't forget our friend Tom from Gomez. Gomez won the Mercury Music Award in 1997, I think.
Very true.
Bring It On. It's a great album. Or maybe it was 98. But yeah.
I hate to do the Dragon's Den thing. I've had a whole day of doing this to everybody, basically.
Go on.
But I don't think it would be possible now, because I think the music rights would either they don't belong to the bands half the time, their ability to play them out on video, or you'd have to pay so much copyright on everything, even if you got permission from the band.
It's Google. You just do a deal, just like Spotify or whatever, or Amazon Music, or like the BBC. So
Spotify would be the place to do it, because they're now they're ramping up their video output now.
One of the reasons when I was a kid, I always wanted to work for the BBC. Wasn't necessarily because they put better stuff out than Channel 4 or at ITV. Because they have a special deal where they can play any music they like and then pay for it afterwards. They don't have to ask permission. The BBC has this special thing that's been in place since like the 50s or something, that they can use any music. And that's why sometimes you see BBC TV shows shown in other countries and they change the music. Actually, you see that with American shows, actually.
It's also actually now why a lot of people don't use that music on the BBC. They use it for entertainment shows, like shows that aren't actually going to be shown anywhere else in the world. The antiques, whatever's.
They have to take it off. So the big ones were, I remember House, House MD, that had Teardrop by Massive Attack and Cocteau Twins. What's the name of the woman from the Cocteau Twins?
Don't know.
Thingy.
I hadn't realised I'd logged into a fucking pop quiz.
Someone's going to tell us in the chat. Don't worry.
I thought we were going to talk about Nonce.
Teardrop, which is about Jeff Buckley.
That
was the theme tune to House MD. If you watched it in some countries, but it wasn't in others. I think if you watched it in the UK, it wasn't the theme tune because he didn't have the
But
right
Graham,
to
this
follow.
is the problem. You'll see as well that Aid and I are professionals at this, right? We
Yeah.
we get ready for the Friday night social by doing our research. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I thought you
The
just
show was supposed to be about nonces. If you look at Aid's screen behind him,
Yeah.
he's been researching this extensively. Basically.
Yeah.
There are no pictures of Trevor Horn in Buggles on the back there so that you can swat up for a pop quiz. It's just type in nonce in Google and what do you get?
The BBC can play 25 seconds of any music at all without paying the artist anything, apparently. Yeah. Well, there you go.
I didn't know they had such a cushy
Liz
deal.
Fraser, thank you. Everyone in the chat bar, Band of Harp Jays, Vendetta 900, and Ernie Burns, Elizabeth Fraser. The Cockatoo Twins.
Can I just go back on the chat and respond to Ellie Butterfly Chaos?
Yes.
Purely because she says, Mike Dix, congratulations on the book. How much is it? And I thought that we need to respond to people in the chat, don't we?
We do need to respond to people.
You've got to always be selling.
I have a book.
A beautiful book you've got there, mate.
I tell you what, it is a beautiful book. My cartoons normally go out on social media, and every year I decide that I should do an annual and sell it for Christmas. And I normally decide that on about the 23rd of December every single year. And you go, have I got enough time to do that? ADHD allowing, you know. This year, because I'm doing a cartoon market tomorrow, I decided to actually make the annual. And they came today and they're beautiful. Oh, my pictures.
That's gorgeous.
An actual book. So I'm going to give up social media and just start wandering around town with this, showing it.
Is that the book in which you've written that I'm a bell end?
I didn't write that. No.
What? So you printed a book. Service. You printed a book to everyone saying Graham Hughes is a bell end.
You can get some. I think it's called Fiverr. You go onto this site called Fiverr and you pay a $5 and somebody marginally famous gets to write the forward to your book.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a guy. I got this guy that claims to have visited all 193 UN member states without flying.
That sounds like a twatty thing to do.
Yeah. That's insufferable.
I bet he just comes out with like random bits of trivia about bullshit all the time.
To be honest with you, everybody, Graham very, very kindly proof checked the entire book for me. Found a lot of spelling mistakes, which I'm very grateful for, and that's why he wrote the forward.
Mike
and also,
knows that I'm an M-hussy.
You wrote a beautiful forward for it as well. I'm very grateful to
you. You're very, very welcome for that. But honestly, I've read the book cover to cover, and it's fucking boss. And you should go and buy it. We're going to put the link. Can we buy it online yet? Is it possible to buy it online?
Actually, yeah, I will. Let me
if
get a
you
link
send me that link via WhatsApp, I can magically, while doing this, I can put it into the description of this video.
I will do that. I gave away my first copy today. They cost me money to make. I don't know why I did that, but I went to see Sean Berry to talk about my arse today. And I gave her
the art that you create.
My arse.
You went to see Sean Berry of the Green Party to talk about your bottom.
Yeah. Okay. We had quite a long 45-minute discussion about
your shit pipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how did she feel about your Rusty Sheriff's badge?
Actually, we're both working on a campaign to get rid of my doctor.
Oh, brilliant! Is this the bum butcher of Brighton?
Bum butcher of Brighton needs to be fired.
Yeah, and absolutely.
Yeah, we went to compare notes. So she showed me some of the correspondence she'd had from the trust. That I don't think I'm supposed to say that I saw it. I didn't see it, but I saw some things.
Yeah,
and there's some interesting stuff going on that front.
But I have put the link into the chat. So if you're watching this on a laptop or something, then go and click on that link. Otherwise, wait till the end of the show, and then it will be in the what's it called? The things.
Thank you, Graham.
The words, the blurby words, the blurb underneath. Anyway,
I appreciate that.
I'd look a bit uncomfortable.
I just wanted to say something about what you and Phil were talking about this afternoon about the Green Party. I have to say, her and her team make an incredibly good local constituency MP service. Basically, they're just really good. And for me, and Phil was saying this on, what are the left, etc., what are the Greens? I've always been opposed to the Greens here because I'm a Labour guy, and we're up against the Greens. We've always been up against Caroline Lucas here, basically. Yeah. But to be honest with you, my vote may go her way this time, just because of the work.
There's momentum, doesn't there? to it.
Yeah,
Feels like
I mean, she was
changing.
there.
Is that
till
the right
7
word to
o'clock
use?
tonight.
Is that the right word to use in the circumstances? I don't know
not.
if it is. No, there you go. I'll put it into the blurb. So you've been impressed by the Greens. I've been impressed.
I'm impressed by her,
I've
just
been
as an
impressed.
MP. And what Zach's doing at the moment on comms is
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real cut through.
And bring the Overton window to the left. Honestly, now that Labour are going on now, saying all the problems of Brexit, we're trying to suss out this afternoon why they've done this now. Like, what's changed? Obviously, they've done some polling, and it's like so few people think Brexit has turned out well, and more people believe in the Loch Ness monster. But I think that Zach's had I think he's had an influence because they've gone, oh shit, we need something. We need something to say. This is why refuck are bad, and Brexit is. It's right there, guys. It's right there. Tim Ballum, £2. What's all the talk about arbitrary numbers?
Arbitrary numbers?
I feel like I'm playing Cards Against Humanity here. I don't know. Arbitrary numbers? I don't know. Anyway, what was going to say about MTV and the before I got distracted. I'm actually mates with the head of fucking content for YouTube music and podcasts.
Go for it.
I forgot. This is ADHD. Out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. I'm sitting there going, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could put together it? But yeah, I reckon I know enough bands. I reckon I know enough people. We can do this. Come on.
Like to go back to the MTV discussion. I miss it with all my heart. I really do. Like that period and that style of broadcasting, that big breakfast, TFI Friday, MTV style of like anarchic, pop culture deep kind of like method of broadcast. I am kind of in Mike's camp where I feel like a lot of it was to do with like the bands that you could get on, the celebs that you could invite on as guests, make them do silly stunts and stuff. I feel like now, maybe because music has been devalued so much, and so like a lot fewer people go to the cinema. Films are not actually as profitable as they used to be. Hollywood's going through a really rough time. It feels like maybe it would be like it's just a bygone era. It will never come again, even though we all.
Oh, ye of little faith. Okay, here you go.
I was watching The Rest is Entertainment the other day. They were talking about how many streams you have to do on Spotify to earn minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's 45,000 streams in order to just earn minimum wage in a month. Basically,
yeah,
it's pretty crap.
Well, so what MTV used to do, right? They never used to have like bands on all day coming on and playing in the studio. They only did that in the evening. During the day, it was like wall-to-wall videos, and they didn't have a presenter. It was just music video, and then they would have like a show in the afternoon where they'll have Enrico or someone who'll come out and actually present the videos and talk about the bands and say, oh, this band's got this new album out. It's really good. You check it out. Here's the single from it. Look out for this. It's directed by Michel Gondry. It was directed by Spike Jones. It was, these David Fincher directed some 9 Inch Nails videos. I mean, fuck me. Like some of the amazing directors that you know of in Hollywood today cut their teeth making music videos in the 1990s. So yeah, just having sort of that curated content, having new stuff, but also having like a video vault where you can play shitloads of old stuff as well. And yeah, once a week you have you're in the studio in London and you actually have some live bands. Okay, you can do that. But also, what we don't do at the moment is you have all these sold out gigs for all these bands that are playing gigs all around the country, right? Fucking record, but just stream them on the YouTube music channel.
But then it's like
so many hits.
The product that you were giving, the product that you were giving people back then is, and look, I fully appreciate probably half your audience probably like watching this going like, I thought this was like politics social. Like, why are we talking about MTV?
It's social.
Well, let me just round this off quickly and just say, I think the product that people were being served with MTV was music knowledge, and feeling like you were listening to or in the company of people who also loved music.
Billy says, shut up, Beavis.
I feel like now you can get that, and most people do get that from like reactionary channels on YouTube. Like if I want to listen to somebody talk about music, I just go on my YouTube feed and I've got Rick
and
the
look up,
adult.
you type in politics and you get 3 blokes and they're talking about music.
Yeah. So it's like,
hour.
what could you? Oh, also, you have to factor in that there's like, back in the day, like we had cable TV, so we had like Sky One, UK Living, like UK Gold, all of the other standard channels. You had about like 20 or 30 channels on cable TV back in the day, and MTV was like one of those. But now you have, and MTV is a part of this also. Like MTV became MTV Base, it became MTV UK and MTV Europe, it became MTV Dance, MTV everything else. There was like 10 different variants of MTV. Then you've got all of the movie channels, then all the sports channels, then all of the rerun channels. So it's like people just have, as you increase that breadth of choice, nothing becomes special. And then you got to pay everybody, and there's less advertising revenue to go around. So it feels to me like, to get it back to that and to make it worth everybody's while, you would have to vastly restrict the number of channels again, which is just not going to happen, right?
Back in the late 90s, we ran a local TV channel in Cambridge.
Hello, Scott.
I ran a local TV channel in Cambridge, and we used the MTV model that Graham just described perfectly. We had local bands would come into the studio and perform, and we'd play videos all through the night, and then we'd do I suppose like big breakfast type stuff for the rest of the day, basically. A bunch of whoever he could get into the studio to talk. It was great. It was the most fun I've ever fucking had. Basically.
This is what YouTube should do. They should have broadcast channels that broadcast 24 hours a day, and they can play all the fucking music they like, because YouTube covers the license for that.
I mean, a lot of the costs have gone down now, and we ran the whole thing on volunteers. It cost. I mean, the equipment we brought, I think I spent £400,000 or £500,000 on all the equipment at the time to do it, and we had a local cable channel so we could put it out. And it was like your World Aid of there just weren't many channels, so we got noticed basically. But the problem now is, although the equipment is still low, the costs of putting that out are not insignificant. Really? Getting all those bands in, doing the sound checks.
No, fuck the bands. Just play music videos.
I mean, maybe you could do that, but I don't know. Nowadays, I mean, I do sound like a sourpuss. I just think the whole media and music industry has changed completely. And that the revenue streams that bands make now, they have to be careful about where they play their stuff. Back in those days, they were absolutely loving any publicity that got an album sold or a gig sold out. Nowadays, that isn't, selling gigs is not really hard anymore. Basically, there's an infrastructure there to make that happen. Facebook is there for a start to make those things happen.
Well, fuck it, just do videos then. Just have a 24-hour music video network. I think every hour it has a different theme, so it'll have like an hour where it's ultimate.
I think
80s.
The record companies would want to charge you. There is a reason ITV and Channel 4 never made those shows.
Yes, because it would take up all of their
because
bandwidth.
Of what you said earlier. BBC can do it, and those channels can't.
But I think Google can do it because they're absolutely minted.
Didn't MTV have a really sweet deal with all of the labels where they said, "Look, we're going to be promoting your guys.
Not really.
Watch this."
No, not really. No, because they still had to pay for the licensing of the performance and
the
also
videos
for the composition of the song. They didn't have to pay
in the early days
for the videos, and that always pissed me off, because if you're a photographer and you took one picture, if loads of different newspapers use that picture, you'll get loads of money, right? If you're a videographer, you made a video, you'll get paid about 50 fucking quid by the record label, and that's it. And your video could be shown hundreds and hundreds of times. If you were an actor in a soap opera in the 1970s and your thing was being repeated, you will get some residuals from that. If you directed that episode, you'll get some residuals. But with the music system, with the music video system that was set up, it was like, no, you don't get any royalties, no matter how.
And to a great extent, that's MTV's fault. I mean, that's the effect they had on the music industry. Like Spotify have had an effect on the music industry. And in both cases, it's the same story, which is when they start out, they get away with not paying any licenses on all this stuff, and they do those smart deals where they say, this is promoting your bands, we're going to be the biggest thing ever, basically, etc.
But I would like that
to be once the music industry sits there and goes, hang on a minute, they're making bloody money out of this, basically, then they start firing lawyers at you. And we had to, even a local channel, we ended up having to stop playing pop videos because they wanted us to pay for it. So we started making more Zoo TV type stuff.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what MTV did. They became a reality TV channel, effectively.
Because they weren't making much money out of showing videos
because they couldn't afford to play the music anymore. Yeah. And you're far better off paying some stars to make a reality TV show and a production company to do that, and you own it, so that you can then sell that show to other people, basically. So what's really needed is a format that takes into account all of that.
What's
and comes
really
up with a
needed,
new way to do all of this.
Mike, what's really needed is for us all to say hello to Scott, because he's just been sitting there like a lemon for the last 5 minutes, and we've just been ignoring him.
How you
I'm so sorry, Scott. You will no longer be ignored. He's the star of the show, is old Scott.
Oh, fuck off.
No, he is. So much love for you last week, man. So much love for you. Seriously.
Oh, stop it.
It kept going. It kept going on the Sunday show. People were like, oh, where's Scott? And then you came on the Monday night show, and I was like, yay, Scott.
And Scott, I think a week on, it's time for you to reveal that you made all that up just for sympathy. Come on, if I can admit I haven't actually had cancer for the last 12 months, basically, then surely you
just
can
drawing
tell us the truth.
Yourself.
No, I wish I could say I was making it up, but no, unfortunately, that's not the case. But yeah. Hi, yeah, hello, all right.
Yeah, what's on your t-shirt?
Yeah, I know what's occurring. I see. Aid has put a massive picture of a young Graham Hughes in the background.
Yes,
we were saying earlier, Scott, the show's supposed to be about nonces, so Aid was doing some research.
I've put Graham's head onto Indiana Jones.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
I thought that would honestly be like
Indy on the bridge from
outfits.
Temple of Doom.
There you go.
That's
look at him.
Where he's about to chop the.
Yeah.
Hang on, lady. We going for a ride.
That's amazing.
Says data.
I did
Why?
I did a bit of a GPT search earlier, so obviously there's a bit of a disclaimer on this that it might not be 100% accurate. But we were talking about Prince Andrew earlier, right?
Nonce.
I asked ChatGPT. I said, what are the top 10 or top 5 worst things that various Dukes of York have done? Would you like me to go through them?
Yeah.
Ooh,
does one of them involve 10,000 men?
Yeah, he had 10,000 men, apparently. Oof.
Yeah.
God, he must be sore in the morning.
I'm close to that.
Let's start at 5. That's a dirty laugh, Scott. Prince Edward, Duke of York and Albany, 1739 to 1767. The debauched playboy. I love him already.
Oh, love him.
He was brother to George III. Reputation for excess, notorious for gambling, womanizing, and heavy drinking. Died young.
Good night out.
What do you think he died of?
Oh, syphilis.
Not far off, actually. Yeah, venereal disease. After years of self-destructive behavior. Yeah. Frederick, Duke of York, 1763 to 1827.
Syphilis.
The second son of George III and commander-in-chief of the army. Military corruption scandal. His mistress, Mary Ann Clark, sold army commissions with his knowledge.
Cool.
Public humiliation. He was forced to resign in 1809 after the scandal broke in Parliament.
Wow.
Criticized for lavish spending and lack of effective leadership.
I don't like him as much.
That makes you prime minister these days.
I prefer the other guy.
Yeah, I like the other guy.
Just get all on the debauchery.
Richard, Duke of York, 1411 to 1460, long time ago. The ambitious power grabber, a central figure in the War of the Roses. His ambition to seize the throne from the mentally ill Henry VI led to decades of bloodshed.
This is where we need to get Harry to start a revolution. Back in the day, the royals would start wars with each other. Stuff,
I should be king.
Yeah,
I'd be feeling it. Yeah. I'm supportive of a Harry-led woke revolution. His ambition cost tens of thousands of lives in civil conflict. It says a man whose pride and ambition drenched England in blood.
A bit like Matt's Hancock.
Right, I've got two more.
Yeah.
James, Duke of York, 1633 to 1701. Before he became king, James held the title of Duke of York, and he's responsible for some serious historical messes. Religious absolutism. He tried to restore Catholicism in a Protestant nation, dissolving Parliament, imposing his will, oversaw brutal repression of the Monmouth. I mean, none of this is quite the same as protecting or defending a paedophile.
No.
Or sucking the toes of a journalist.
Who did that?
Fergie. Well, she had her toes sucked.
Oh, no. Just no.
Oh. Have you ever had your toes sucked before?
No. I'm really funny about feet. Can we change the subject?
Oh, sorry.
Number one is Prince Andrew.
Oh, number one.
Yeah.
He's the number one nonce.
Of all of the others, he's managed to top it.
Hang on, he can't be where he wears the Richard of York. Who literally murdered
thousands of people
children.
dead because of them. And the worst is Prince Andrew for defending a nonce.
Basically, yeah.
That's amazing. That's people. That's no problem. That's number 3 on the list.
That's awesome research, Aid.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well,
there's something about the title.
AI.
Do you think if you like, is it specifically about the title, or if you looked up any royal title, you would find 5 totally disastrous arseholes, basically?
I feel like, so you know what we're saying about like MTV and the breadth and the like, nothing feels special, and you can kind of like anyone can get access to any kind of artwork now. It's also true of people's misdeeds and folly. And I feel like things that we now look at as scandalous in centuries gone by, or even decades gone by, we wouldn't know about them. No. Yeah, like they would just be brushed under the carpet. People would have an illegitimate child. You would never hear about it. Somebody would go crazy. They just get sent off to a hospital somewhere. You'd never see them.
Up 2 of her cousins, didn't she? For the
buried namelessly, I think.
Yeah.
Who?
The Queen
Elizabeth.
Did she?
Yeah, like have a read about it, man. It's heartbreaking. These like 2 cousins, they wouldn't let them be known about because they thought it would bring shame on the family that they had cousins with.
This is the family who the previous king was a fucking Nazi, basically. It's like,
well, no, he was a Nazi. He tried to get the rest of the family taken out, in the Second World War. That was the deal.
I know.
He was gonna. If the Nazis had invaded Britain, the whole family, including Princess Elizabeth, would have been dragged out to the palace gates and shot dead.
But then Elizabeth comes along and says to people with mental health problems, basically, in the family, "Oh no, we can't have that."
Yeah, Edward VIII would have been king. Would have been our Nazi king.
But like even in later years, they didn't acknowledge them. They're still buried like namelessly, as far as I know.
Yeah, wow. Never fessed up.
They cover that in The Crown, where she discovers that she's got these relatives that are like locked away, and she's like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I want, 24-hour show, 24-hour stream, it just goes on. Like, you can always go to that stream. And then while I'm doing stuff during the day, I don't want to have to go on fucking Twatterfy and find something to listen to. I just want to go onto a channel on YouTube and just have, and then the music video comes. Oh, fucking love this music video.
You want to live in 1982. That's what you want.
You want
1992. No, 5. 95. I'm not that old. If it was 93, if it was 82, I'd be 3 years old.
You can do that yourself.
Yeah, you can just go to Spotify, click 1995 playlist, and
Spotify
let it play.
Now, if you play it on your TV, if you play Spotify on your TV, you can choose the video option, and you get the videos of the songs on your playlist if they have videos available. But also, you can create playlists on YouTube that can go on for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, but not for like.
There's many videos on a playlist that you're on.
Yeah, but that's me having to do fucking work. I want someone else to do the work, and for me to discover music through watching shows.
I tell you what would be a good idea.
Where we go.
Play on
Right, for the next hour. For the next hour, we're just gonna have new music, and then for the next hour, each week, at a certain time and a certain day of the week, they have.
It's like Heart FM TV, basically.
Yeah, but also curated stuff. So you have a presenter on there, against the fucking green screen. They could be doing it.
You could do this. I'll tell you. I'll tell you how you could do this. You could make the interstitial stuff to go in between playlists on YouTube.
Make it yourself.
Years and years ago, I came up with this idea when digital radio first came out, and I was involved in some of the sessions working out what to do with it. We were talking about the idea that some people love certain DJs, but not necessarily their music choice or the playlist that Radio 1 provide for those DJs.
Radio 1 shit for music.
Oh yeah, my God.
But the idea was that, well, you could listen to Chris Moyles do what Chris Moyles does, basically, on his breakfast show.
Irritating gobshite.
Yeah, but people liked him, right? And then it plays your classical music. When he plays, the latest one from Taylor Swift, then it just switches over to your choice of music instead. So you choose your DJ, choose your soundtrack, create your own station, basically.
I feel like Chris Moyles was probably about 10 years early. Like if Chris Moyles had come out with a podcast, because he's so chatty, isn't he? He was like Larry. Yeah. If he had come out with a podcast like 10 years later, he would have nailed it. He could have,
I don't know if it would work.
Rode that zeitgeist.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not trying to be funny. He was he was broadcasting obviously in the early days of podcasting. You know, at that time. I think he was just finishing up being the. Well, no, he was. How long? What years?
He didn't. What happened to him?
DJ on Radio 1.
What did happen to him? Because he had the breakfast show, and it was the most popular version of the breakfast show in decades.
Radio for
but then he didn't
very long time.
He didn't do the normal and flip over to Radio 2 or Radio 6 or whatever, did he?
X.
Yeah, he's Radio X.
Yeah.
Now he's still there.
I always found him really irritating. Hey, listen, Yuri Nefektinov, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Royal family, webbed feet, and latent Nazism.
Wow.
True.
Totally.
It's been suggested that I set up my own MTV. This is Davi calling it GTV. So I could have a show called the G Spot. I could have G Force, where I fly a plane. I could have G Whiz, where I do magic tricks. I could have GGs, where we go ride horses. What do you reckon?
Sounds
boring. Yeah, go for it. Invest all your money in it. It sounds like a great idea.
That, Graham.
Okay.
What would your show be on your sort of imaginary MTV on YouTube? What would you actually host?
I would host a show that was about music videos. So, like Radio 6 music, the one of the things I really love about it is that all the DJs, most of them anyway, care about the music. When it's Guy Garvey's, Finest Hour and stuff like that, they talk about the music. Even Craig Charles, he knows a lot about music and he talks about it, and I love that. So what I'd like to do is do a show, and 1 hour each week, and I show a bunch of videos, and I talk about the making of the video and how it all got put together, and 5 minutes beforehand they say, look, so this was this guy and he got talking to him and he was a mate of his, and then this woman came in and she said this, and this is how it all came together. And look out for these bits during the video.
Is a YouTube channel.
Like the pop-up video things that they used to have on MTV.
Because you can
pop-up video.
You can show the videos without playing all of the music. Like you can play like 4 or 5 seconds of the music, can't you, if you're reviewing it? And then you can have the video playing, and you can discuss the qualities of the video. Basically, there's a guy I watch on YouTube called Todd.
Video to me.
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube called Todd in the Shadows. He does this series called One Hit Wonderland, which is about bands that only had one hit. But he plays a huge amount of the music and the videos, and he goes back into the archive of these bands, and he gets away with it because he's reviewing it and.
But I'm talking about me doing this. I'm talking about not MTV. I'm talking about YouTube doing it as a YouTube show.
Well,
you're going, it's going to cost them. It won't cost
YouTube don't pay anybody to make fucking telly. Basically, that's the whole
business.
I found an article that I wrote 15 years ago for Pact about this. Basically, the whole TV industry was sucking up to YouTube, and I just wrote this article saying they are not going to pay you. It's not how their business model works. Basically,
the business model is here's a platform. We'll host it for you.
Every couple of years, they spend a couple of £100,000 building a studio somewhere in Soho so that they can pretend that they're looking after creators. But the reality is they don't spend a fraction of what a minor TV channel in this country spends every day, basically.
Yeah, exactly. TV channels cost a fortune.
And they get all the advertising money.
Yeah.
And they're not going to change that at any point, basically.
Business model.
But I mean, as long as the licensed people are happy, like, so when if I use someone's music on one of my videos, so for instance, I use like, I don't know, Florence and the Machine, right? I use Dog Days Are Over for one of my compilation videos of my travels, and it's banned in Germany. Like, no one in Germany can watch it unless they use a VPN, right? But it's available everywhere else in the world. Well, I can't monetize that, but so fucking what? Do you know what I mean? Like, if YouTube are running ads on it, and Universal or BGM, whoever own it, are getting money from the ads from that video, YouTube are taking a cut. So it's money for YouTube.
Germany has a particularly weird copyright system. That means that you can't do these things. So the reason you can't play Florence and the Machine is that in most countries, bands get a share of the money from performance rights. It's just allocated to them based on their previous record sales, etc. So there's monitors that just say your music was played 4,000 times, so you get 500 quid or whatever it is, basically. And Germany doesn't do that system at all. So it's why there's very little music in the German system.
Well, we're not going to make it to the German market then. But what I'm saying is,
I mean, MTV for the German market would be terribly naff dancing as well.
But you'd run it like a TV channel, but on YouTube. So it runs 24/7. Through the night, it just plays videos, back to back music videos. And then during the day, it has bespoke shows where it's like, okay, today we're going to focus on.
We totally get the format. It's the fifth time you've pitched it, and I'm fairly certain me, Aid, and Scott are all out on this investment. Basically.
Good. Stay out. I don't want you. Don't need you.
It's brutal.
I'm not asking for your money. I'm asking for YouTube to go, all right.
This is a 3-hour episode of Dragon's Den where we just sit there going,
no.
Yes, Graham, we get it. You want to do a channel on YouTube.
I don't want to do this. I want YouTube to do it.
You want YouTube to do a channel for you.
I'm here for the tenacity of like, you get the no from the Dragons, so just keep pitching.
And another thing, no, but you're missing the point. It's videos all night. Okay, okay.
I
made a
note. Keep going about how expensive it is to take TV these days. Oh my god, in my day, it used to cost $1 million to just take a picture of a log. Anyway, we have other stuff to talk about. Some political stuff. So,
is that what the show's about?
Supposedly. Does anyone want to have a guess what Russia, the US, and Saudi Arabia ganged up to do today?
Was it invade another country?
Venezuelan boats.
That's
invade somebody that's got oil.
Almost. Oh, we have a Hannah has entered the chat. Hello, Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
Do you know what? We were just talking bollocks, and then Hannah, just before Hannah comes on, we start talking about bloody politics. We have to talk bollocks again now. Damn it.
Right, Hannah can talk about politics.
Yeah. Well, Hannah said to me that she hadn't been reading the news the last 3 weeks. So
Hannah, have you just joined so that you can be the one dragon that comes in and goes, actually, I quite like your idea, Graham.
Say that you like my idea. Say that you like my idea.
You're right. I think it would be very cool.
Yes, thank you. See.
There's always that one dragon that runs an Etsy website. Just says, oh no, I like it. It's a great idea, basically.
Hannah, is I've never met you in real life. Is that a really big mug, or are you just dead tiny?
No, I'm not a tiny human at all. It's quite a big mug.
Okay, it's a big mug. Okay, I'll let you off. Scott, have you met Hannah in real life?
No.
Aid, have you met Hannah in real life?
I'm not entirely convinced.
I don't think
she is real.
I think she is just AI of the perfect.
She's Hannah.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to reveal what Hannah and I have been up to.
Are those things in your dreams?
There's an NDA.
An NDA you signed.
Mike and his NDAs, bloody hell.
Woke up.
And we're straight back to the royal nonce. So Hannah, what's his name? Prince Andrew. He's had his royal titles taken off him. Although he's put out a statement saying that he's actually he's just decided to get rid of them. He doesn't want them anymore.
Yeah.
After a meeting with the king.
He's doing his duty. After a meeting with my brother.
That's hysterical.
After a meeting with my brother where he said, you're a fucking nonce, fuck off, basically. I decided to do my duty to the nation and start a new grifting site, and I'm about to appear on GB News. Actually, that's the dangerous thing. That's the
Well,
dangerous.
this is why I think they're going to off him. Is like if he goes rogue, if he goes rogue, if he starts a podcast and starts talking about like, I mean, he must know some stuff, right? They got to keep him close, but they also can't.
My father was
close.
shagging all of the maids, every single bloody one of them, and many of the butlers.
I think they're going to throw him off a yacht, or there'll be a car crash.
Aid,
or
the royal family are not a group of assassins. You've been watching too much John Wick.
I'm sorry, but traditionally, they fucking well are.
Thank you, Mike.
I mean,
what? Who have they killed?
Well, Henry the fucking VIII killed most of his wives for a start.
No, he didn't. He only killed 2 of them.
Hundreds of years ago.
Oh, only 2. Oh,
yeah.
That's fair enough then.
That's a good percentage of his wives, though.
I know, it's only a third of his wives. He decided to
beheaded.
Yeah, he did.
He
did that.
When did Graham become the defender of the?
But it was. That's not like a targeted assassination. It was like a public execution. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't do this.
All right. What about
That's all right.
The 2 princes in the tower. I mean, we can go back through some history.
Yeah, and then Richard III was deposed by Henry VII, Henry VIII's
and
father.
Also, every war we've ever had with France, basically, every single war we've ever had with France, they were killing each other for the crown. They're all related to each other. They're cousins and brothers and
but that's a war's not an assassination either. I want actual assassinations that the royal family have.
No, we do.
Okay.
We're about to start a war with China.
Go on, Aid. Say it. Say it, Aid. Go on. Go on, Aid.
Give me a percentage between 0 and 99.
Yes.
How confident are you that the royals did not kill Diana?
100%. I know you didn't give that in there. Yeah, 100%. Because it's the shittest way to try and assassinate someone ever. Hope that the driver gets drunk and kills himself. And, hope she doesn't wear a safety belt. And hope that all the people taking photos don't see none.
But,
push him off a boat. If you want to knock someone off, push him off a boat.
It feels to me like...
She was on a boat all summer.
The CCTV didn't work in the tunnel.
What's
the guy?
It was 1997. You want CCTV to work in a fucking tunnel? I couldn't even get my DVD player to work in 97.
It's a conspiracy, Aid.
The guy that they said was drunk.
Welcome to the current affairs edition.
It wasn't a tunnel. It was a fucking underpass. It just goes under the road.
It's a conspiracy.
But he could walk fine, even though he had like 9 pints or something.
Lord. Right, he could walk fine. Okay, I don't think he would drive very. Unlike George Best, he couldn't take corners when he was drunk.
I'm just saying.
this show is so up to date and with it. We've done Top of the Pops.
Hey, did you hear who killed JFK?
Relaunching MTV, Diana's murderer, the princes in the tower. Any minute now, we're going to start talking about something modern like Liz Truss.
Wait till I wheel out my Monica Lewinsky material.
Lord.
Oh Jesus! The Lewinsky
Scott,
stain.
You're asking me something.
Sorry, go on.
Have you seen her podcast?
No.
She's doing a fabulous job of recreating herself, and she does these interviews with people that have been destroyed, basically by media.
The media.
Yeah, and
what's it called? It's not called cancelled.
I think it's just called Lewinsky or something. Basically,
Lewinsky. I think it should be called the Lewinsky stain. That is a great name.
They're really good. She's completely reinventing herself. But I think, I mean, Hannah may well have much more to say than me about this. But I think if you look at Prince Andrew, right, today, there's obviously going to be some stories this weekend about Epstein. That's got to be the only reason. And the Chinese spy, because that's incredibly relevant to Keir Starmer's current week as well, isn't it? Right. So
can I say something about the Chinese spy?
Yeah.
It's a load of shit. No one fucking cares.
About what?
The whole fucking story.
Sorry, I missed what you were talking about. What story?
Exactly.
Chinese spies.
Stupid.
Spy versus spy.
Fucking stupid.
Oh, the Chinese spies.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Nobody cares.
Care.
Well, I've got a funny...
My fucking electricity bill's about to go up. I don't give a fuck about 2 Chinese
Well, exactly.
spies.
Paul Ewan, he says, are we learning about what Graham did while travelling the world by boat? Yeah, he just pushed him off the boat. Yeah. No witnesses. No body.
How How many people died for you to get that certificate behind you? That's
how many people did they push off a boat in order for that to work?
Let me just finish my point because I'm trying to bring Hannah into the conversation, which was literally that if you give it a week, Prince Andrew will be redeemed. He'll be opening a fucking fate somewhere, right? He definitely will, because he's a white
1 week
bloke.
1 week. Right? I put
totally.
a wager to you, sir, it would be longer than a week.
Totally redeemed within some circle or
5
another.
bob.
Monica Lewinsky, 30 years before she can even get anywhere close to some level of redemption, basically, for what she's gone through, and she's still constant, and she's even having to trade off that story in order to get that redemption, basically.
It's patriarchy.
And you just know that Prince Andrew is he will be on GB bloody news at something as the roving travel reporter. I guarantee it.
No, he won't.
So
I don't think so. The country thinks he's a nonce.
Just before Hannah popped on, I asked the question: What did Saudi Arabia, the US, and Russia team up to do today to fuck? What did they fuck today together? They all teamed up together.
Your
to
dad.
Fuck something.
Sure.
They fucked a landmark deal, the first ever global deal to bring down shipping emissions, so carbon emissions. The very first in the world. That was supposed to happen today in London, completely derailed at the last minute by the US, Russia, and Saudi fucking Arabia. The 3 countries that I think we can do without. I'm just saying, just if they weren't here tomorrow, I think I'd still be all right. I don't know what stream I'd use to send me live stuff out, but motherfuckers.
How are you going to do MTV2 or GTV2 if we shut down America?
We'll do it on the European YouTube. We'll call it YouTube. You see what we've done there?
You'll have to announce every song in
YouTube.
5 languages.
Miss Paula Thomas, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Crime family heads never do their own dirty work. That's very true. You get someone else to push you off the yacht. And then Pygmalion, £2 super chat. Don't mention the bribes that Frogface took, talking about Nigel Farage. But a stunning statistic came out this week from America. 80% of the funding for transphobic groups and transphobic individuals
comes from
America. Comes from what?
Oh, yeah.
J.K. Rowling.
No, it doesn't come from J.K. Rowling. It comes from the oil industry.
Oh, God.
Because they want to use trans people as a weapon of mass distraction to distract the fact that the oil companies are destroying the planet. They don't want us talking about that. They want us talking about trans people. 80% of the money coming into, in the US, coming into transphobic organizations and transphobic individuals.
Wow.
Yeah, it would go after
depressing.
The thing is, they wouldn't be such easy targets if the trans communities weren't building all the fucking windmills. That's the problem.
Yeah. Peter says if I just talk to people, they will throw themselves overboard. That's my method. I didn't even touch them, officer.
Guys, I've got to bow out.
Oh, no. Not over the bow. No. On that bombshell, it's like, oh, that's it, guys. I'm done here.
I gotta go. It's past my bedtime. It's about an hour past when I normally go to bed.
Is it?
It's so nice to
thank you for staying up for us. It's the weekend, mate. Let down your hair. Like Rapunzel.
I can't. My kids don't let up. They'll be up at like 5, 6 in the morning. So
fuck that. Time to go back.
Fudge my entire life. Trying to keep achieving monetization.
There should be a trade union for fathers and young children. Like Fathers for Justice or something like that.
Fathers for a lie-in.
I've started giving like the little one like just I've like TikTok. Oh, it's fine. Like backflips, like gym. Like she's really into gym and backflips and stuff. I'm like, just it's fine. I don't care. Like she's probably moving on to like anti-trans groups and stuff, getting radicalized by the time she's 5. I don't care. Just let me sleep.
I don't think you're a bad parent for that. Kids back in the day used to get heroin in their cough syrup, didn't they, or something? So just giving them TikTok isn't so bad, I think.
Yeah.
The greatest
thing. Graham's parents just sat him in front of MTV all night. That's definitely
clearly. Yeah. All right. Take care, guys.
See you later. AIDS. Ta-da. 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 Oh, so Hannah, what have you been up to? What's been going down in Hannah Town?
Well, I had a shoot today, hence the all glam. And I went to the London screening at Central St Martin's this week for that documentary that I took part in.
Oh yes.
Oh right.
And that was quite interesting because obviously I saw like a lot of my modelly friends that were there. Took my dad as my date.
Hey.
He was quite pleased. We had pizza afterwards at Cross Bros.
Yes.
Oh, good shout. But it was really interesting because I had a bit of a panel afterwards, and there were 3 sort of inclusive designers. So that doesn't mean like plus size only. They're just fully inclusive. And they were sort of describing how even when they're starting their journey as fashion designers, at the very base of them learning to do things like pattern cutting and the mannequins they get access to, they're all size 8s. They all studied here in this country, and you know, they're sort of, I guess, a similar age to me. So I'm like 32, so they're sort of similar, late 20s, early 30s. And it was really interesting hearing how at every point they either had to buy their own in bigger sizes, teach themselves how to pattern cut for bigger bodies. And when I say bigger bodies, like, I don't think like a 16, 18 that's average for a UK woman.
Yeah.
That's not a bigger body to me. I'm nearly 5'11" and I'm a UK 16. That's sort of acceptable curvy. Like the fact that at each point, even on their sort of learning journey, doing their masters, doing all of that kind of stuff at these like top fashion colleges, they do not even have access to a mannequin that's not a size 8 was mind-blowing. So them having to teach themselves at every stage, like make a full sort of conscious decision and put in their own sort of money as students to be able to pattern cut and just dress a body is bonkers to me. Yeah. It was really eye-opening because obviously I have experience being a fit model. I've been like a really skinny, tiny model. I've done catwalk, like all sorts, like commercial to, you know, whatever. A really good mix over my 20 years being signed, but hearing from another perspective, because we don't often get to have those really in-depth conversations with where it starts for their education when you're working with fashion designers. You know, we speak a lot to photographers or whatever, and it's people you hang around in the studio with, but you don't often get to have full-blown conversations with fashion designers. And it was just really interesting to me. I was like, oh, so they don't even, the body they give you, even though they were sort of approaching it from I just dress bodies, like they weren't even like, I want to make sure that I, you know, cover plus size, or I'm only wanting skinny models or whatever. It was just, I want to create fashion for bodies, for just people of every kind. The foundation of their education that they were given to do that on was always small.
Size 8.
It's really interesting.
That's, I mean, yeah, that's so true. And like, just you've hit the nail on the head of sort of the systemic problems that we've got in this country, well, in this world, actually, and the sort of prejudice that's out there. It's all a bit grim. I blame the patriarchy.
Same.
Blame it for everything. Have you heard Paris Paloma's song, Good Boy? I keep sending it to my friends and say, listen to this, it's boss.
Yes, I love it. And I love that Thompson is...
Emma Thompson started off by saying,
"Love her."
I knew that I'd have to watch men burn the world down. I just didn't expect them to be such fucking losers.
What a she's so fucking cool. I absolutely adore her.
Yeah,
she's really, really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we've what have we been up to this week, Mike? You've got your thing tomorrow, so Mike's gonna be where are you appearing tomorrow, Mike?
I'm at the Brighton Open Market from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Typical ADHD day, though, today. I've built myself a shop, an online sales house. I've got all the materials together, all the point of sale, everything to dress the stand. I've built a 3D model of my stand, so I know what it's going to look like and what will fit on it. And I am panicking, and I'm still panicking about how I'm going to get all this stuff a mile down the road. And as somebody said to me in a chat earlier on, Mike, it's called a taxi. And I went, yeah, but that's number 587 on my list of ways to get all this shit to the place, because I could build a drone. It's like, so yeah, I'm in a bit of a it'll be fine. I'm going to enjoy it. I've got a new book. I don't know if I mentioned it, but
oh my god, you got a new book.
I'm going to buy one of these. I think my dad would really enjoy it. as well.
Wow.
So
hey, shout out to my brother who's probably not watching, but the first order was for 3 of them from my eldest brother, which is right. And
What's
I
it
said to
called?
him, "You're an idiot. I'd have definitely given you a discount, basically." And he
What's it
said,
called?
"Yeah, but here's his answer." He said, it's called the Trumpton Project.
Thank you.
It's called the Trumpton Project. No, he said, "I knew you'd offer me a discount. That's why I didn't ask for one."
yeah, because your family wants to support you.
What a sweetie.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's lovely.
It is
Brothers.
lovely.
Like
Younger
getting a
brother,
super
he
chat
hasn't
off your
fucking
mum.
brought one. He can fuck off. Basically.
So, other stuff that's happened this week. Apparently Trump's going to have peace or something in Ukraine now. He's moved his attention to Ukraine.
Sorting that out today, isn't he?
Yeah,
I have that number 9.
That'd be great.
Whether he actually does that.
Do
And
you
Scott
think
wants
the
to talk about the
Tower will
China
be
spy
in-
case.
Do you think the Trump Tower will be in Kiev or further east? I think that's going to be the crucial part of the negotiation.
I don't know. Sam
You know, one
Fender
thing I
won the
learned this
Mercury
week?
Music Award.
As we're doing lots of history in this show, I didn't realize how important Ukraine was to the Greek Empire 2,500 years ago. Like Greece was just a collection of city-states around the Mediterranean, dotted around the Mediterranean and the Black Sea, and the whole southern part of Ukraine was a massive part of the Greek Empire.
Yeah.
And
There's
so
Greek
you kind of
temples
think
there,
of
isn't
it
there?
as a kind of new country, don't you? Because of once it broke out of the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
And then when you know some history about it, you know it's older than Russia, etc., etc. But I hadn't realized that it's kind of crucial to civilization. It has
I
been
bought
for-
one.
Oh,
Scott,
look.
was that you that just went ping on my phone?
Yeah.
You sweetheart.
You just bought a
thank
copy.
you, man. I'd give you a discount as well. You're
I
better
don't
than
want
my
your
brother.
fucking discount.
Don't
Shut
want your
up.
discount. Just
We don't want it.
Shut up and take my money.
Take my hard-earned
Scott.
money.
Thank you, you beautiful, beautiful man.
All right. I got the unsigned one though, because
I'll sign it anyway.
Oh, you can. You know what you could put in there?
No, Scott, stop it.
I was
Scott,
talking about picture.
It's full of dick pics.
I've
They're all
put
dick pics.
I've put dictators. I've put the link in the super chat in the chat. Sorry, not the super chat. I put the link in the chat if anyone wants to buy it.
Buy Mike's book
Anyone in the chat, listen, and Scott, I don't know what you brought the unsigned one. Thank you. Anyone in the chat that buys an unsigned one, I will sign it. Just make yourself known to me, basically. So that'll save you £3 on the price. But thank you.
One other thing that's happened this week, just had to sort of, I don't know how to laugh about this, but John Bolton has been indicted on 18 counts of keeping a diary. I said back in January, if you're on Trump's hit list, now is the time to get out of America. And where's he going to stop with this? Because if you want to come up with trumped up charges, there's a famous line by Stalin, which is, "Show me the man, I'll show you the crime."
Right.
Like, I don't think anyone's safe. Anyone who's... But what's interesting is 2 of the 3 that he's gone after have been people who've worked, but basically helped him in the past.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But they've portrayed him, you see. That's how he sees it. They've portrayed him.
Yeah.
So
This is
what he does. And yeah, he's crazy. He's not.
Well, it looks like he might be invading Venezuela very soon.
Well, that, you know.
Have they got oil?
I mean, I don't. How many wars does he feel he needs?
Oh, well, there you go.
Venezuela has one of the largest reserves of oil in the world, in fact.
And do you think it's also interesting that
that
the first international, well, not the first international airbase, but the first non-NATO Air Force base in America is being built by Qatar?
Yes.
And they're going to base their F-15 pilots there, basically. And amazing that Qatar and Saudi Arabia might be involved in a process that means taking over Venezuela.
So guess how much a litre of petrol is in Venezuela? In US dollars.
50p.
Rachel! Hey! How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Rachel's just come in on the TARDIS. Yeah, this is epic.
Well,
how you doing?
You know, I'm not in my office, so I'm in this in my living room. So I've got a fake background up, and I've got all the wrong lighting, so I'm bright orange. And anyway,
oh, fantastic. So I just asked the question: how much is a litre of petrol in Venezuela? And someone said 50p.
I said 50p.
That was Scott.
Yeah.
What do you reckon,
35,
Mike?
35 pence.
35 pence, Mike.
50 cents.
Okay, that's a little less than what Scott said because he said pence. But yeah, Hannah. Litre of petrol. It's about £1.50 here in the UK for a litre.
Like 65 cents ish, 70 cents.
It's 2 cents.
Oof.
A litre.
Fuck off.
You can fill up your tank for £1, and I mean like a tank, like a battle tank. It is insane.
Crazy.
So a lot of the yachties will go to going around the Caribbean. They'll make a stop in Venezuela and literally fill up with as much diesel or fuel.
That is mental.
That's insane.
Wow. Is that why Trump wants to invade it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. The pump price per litre was reported to be $0.000 US dollars in 2016. They actually paid you to fill up. So if you go to like one of the border towns between Costa Rica and Venezuela, or Brazil and Venezuela, there's a huge queue of cars waiting to cross the border so they can fill up with fuel and then come back into their own country.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
Insane.
But yeah, so that might be why America wants to invade. I don't know.
Keeps stops the Epstein stuff, doesn't it? Deflects.
All distraction.
Yeah.
Like
All a big
war.
distraction, yeah.
A whole war, you know.
Have you been? Were you watching the show earlier, Rachel?
No, I wasn't. I was watching Downton Abbey.
Oh, okay. The finale. Were you watching the finale?
No, my wife. We've never. We've just started. We're on season 4 now. We're getting there now, but we hadn't seen any of it. So we now everybody in the world's seen it, and small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri have seen it. We better see it now. So.
Well, I just watched The Princess Diaries, the Disney film from 2001.
Oh yeah.
With a very young Anne Hathaway in it, and it's actually really good.
It's
and it's got what's her name? Mary Poppins. Sound of Music. Julie Andrews.
Andrews.
Ah, she's great. Love her. So no, what I was saying just before you came on is there was a thing out this week that showed that 80% of the money going towards anti-trans organizations in America is coming from the fucking fossil fuel industry.
Yeah, I know.
The fossil fuel industry, like. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Could they be more evil? It's like they're running out of evil levers to pull, and they're like, "Where's the extra evil lever?"
Yeah, I know. But all the think tanks in Tufton Street. There's tobacco, evangelical right wing, oil companies. It's all distraction, and I mean a lot of it's they want women's rights because some of them are real believers. They want to take women's rights, put them back in the home, full Handmaid's Tale. So a lot of that calling over the dead bodies of trans people to get to women's rights is what they want to do. But here we are, trans people are saying, women, we're on your side. And a lot of, we still get an awful lot of women chucking muck at us, even though we're saying, it's you we're trying to defend. Come and stand on the wall with us. Don't stop shooting at us in the back while we're trying to shoot forwards.
Makes me really angry. It makes me really, really angry.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's not,
I mentioned you, Rachel, today to Sean Berry, my MP.
Oh yeah,
telling exactly that line. Basically, the gift you gave me of that they're just picking on one group that they can get everybody to pick on, and then they won't realise that they've become the army that's picking out their own rights. Basically, Well, so if she uses that in Parliament next week,
good.
She'll quote you.
Well, I hope so. I mean, some of the gender critics who are speaking for women's rights, they go to, they sit on Heritage Foundation panels in Washington. They go out there and, it's like, where are they getting their money from? Because it isn't from corporates. That's where I am. They're not in there. So where are they getting their funding from?
The oil companies,
the oil companies, and these groups in America. So and if you go to, I say this to allies every day. If you go to any gender critical account, any of them, the only thing they bang on about is trans people, not abortion, not healthcare, not mental health in prisons of women, the violence against women, rape, nothing. It's just trans. Because they don't care about women's rights.
No, they don't care at all. And I'm livid. It's like you can't be a feminist and care about women's rights unless you care about trans women.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just can't. It has to be intersectional. That includes women of color, trans women, all kinds of women. Yeah. You can't do it any other way as far as I'm concerned. You really can't.
Agreed.
Pointing to see women carrying other kinds of women down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's been a few good stories this week, and who knows? There might either a pause in the battle, or maybe it's starting to turn a little bit. Who knows? We've had a couple of wins this week, so we take the victories, drink the champagne in Paris, and then get back on the front.
Yeah. So the victories this week have come from the High Court who backheeled this bullshit about you couldn't get a gender recognition certificate.
Yeah, it was
you got sterilised.
Yeah, it was a trans guy. He had a case with a London law firm who then, because of an American footprint, had to drop them. So the Good Law Project picked up the case and has won that because they wouldn't because this trans guy was going to maybe have a child. They went, oh yeah, you can't have a gender recognition certificate then. And that, basically you don't have a child, or you're sterilized, or and basically the High Court went, no, this is pretty prehistoric. Nobody does that anymore. And so that was the first win. The other one was obviously our awful Equality and Human Rights Commission have taken down their May guidance, which was challenged by the Good Law Project. They've had to take it down. And now the problem is a lot of organizations sort of followed it, even though it was. And Ian Dunn, if you haven't seen the article, wrote a fantastic article saying, well, they've only taken it down for 3 reasons. One, they overplayed their hand when they published it in May. Yeah. And now it's 2, Phillipson's just waiting till she may or may not win. And then she's just going to carry on the deputy leadership of the Labour Party. Or 3, the government's realised they're going to get the fuck sued out of them by everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to lose in the European Court of Human Rights probably around the next time at the next election, which is going to look really fucking bad for them. And maybe and there are more trans people than gender critical people. There are millions of us, and we're always going to be there. And there's going to be more. They can keep beating us down, but there's going to be more, and then there's going to be more, and it's just going to keep coming. And no party can win this without just finding a compromise and doing the right thing. So I think the government's like, this is, no, don't get me wrong, Blue Labour doesn't fully like trans people. Some of the, I think, Policy Exchange and Glassman and McSweeney, and we know that Tim Allen is now there as the comms director. Nobody in the core of Labour likes trans people. But everybody around Labour, I mean, I'm not a Labour supporter, I'm Green now, fuck Labour, but everybody still likes Labour around the outside of the cabinet that's thinking this is bad.
Yeah, because it's a ridiculous thing for them to do.
Yeah, it is. It's a vote. It is a vote loser. And as I keep saying, and I'll say it again, the conservative estimates of 1% of the population are trans. Mums and dads, brothers and sisters, allies, friends will all vote on this issue. They will. And then you forget about intersex people who have been messed around by the Supreme Court decision. Mums, dads, brothers, sisters, friends. And it's not 1%, 2%. It's bigger than that. And they're all moving to the Greens.
Yeah.
I always think it's worth repeating that I'm not entirely. I'm not. I mean, I bow to your knowledge on this basically, but I don't think that it's fundamentally Labour MPs that are anti-trans. I think that they've got a constituency that powerfully argues against trans rights.
Yeah,
and we've talked about this before, in that there are a lot of feminist members of the Labour Party who are very opposed to trans rights, basically, and
because they see it as diametrically opposed to feminism, which is
Yeah. I mean,
It's wrong.
in my local CLP. I've found it just as uncomfortable as facing people that are arguing about, Gaza and the Jews, basically, in terms of those arguments that went on at that time. That they're incredibly uncomfortable because I just stand there, doing a Gordon Brown saying, "I'm sorry, I think you're a bigot." Basically, and I'm always going to stand with a minority, so I don't understand why you're doing this. It's
the future they're putting on the white hood and the red gown, because that's how it's going to end up when we get in. Well, and they would have laid those tracks for that future.
We just got a super chat in from Graham Price. Thank you very much, sir. Great to see Rachel on the Politics Social blowing you a kiss. So there you go. You got a kiss from Graham. Other Graham. I was going to say this week, Zach Polanski, the leader of the Green Party, was on the Penis Morgan show on YouTube, and Penis Morgan just continued. It was so embarrassing because Zach was trying to talk about
penis?
The things that people care about. He was talking about taxing rich people, and obviously Penis Morgan's not going to want that. And it was so childish, so pathetic. And Zach answered his stupid question. He kept on asking it, and it's like,
he's not getting the answer he wanted.
Well, what getting
the gotcha he wanted.
It's so childish to think there's two sexes, and that's it. That's what you learn in like year 7 biology. It's not what you learn if you study biology at A level. It's not what you learn if you study biology at university or you get a master's or a fucking PhD in it. It gets a bit more complicated. It's a bit like going on equations are bullshit. It's 1 + 1 = 2. Yeah. That's right all the time. And it's like, well, no, that's what you learned in the first year of school. It doesn't. It gets a bit more complex and nuanced after that.
And it's gotten more complex and nuanced as time has gone on. We have to remember these people who are educated in the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s, the adults now, who are probably the most transphobic people. They were taught in school, there's a man and a woman, that's it. They can't go past that.
Yeah.
Not understanding that there's science that sort of says, no, there is a gray area. And they're just stuck in in a past, which is the most conservative thing you could possibly be.
Well, exactly. Damien DeStar has dropped a £10 super chat in saying, agreeing with Graham, spelt different, the Graham Price who just dropped in the £2 super chat. Great to see Rachel. Her hair is super sensational, fabulous. There you go.
It's super orange in here. I don't know, I'm bright. I'm Irish. I'm always orange, but I'm really orange.
Lovely. You're getting a lot of love from the chat. People are saying hi.
It is nice to see you, Rachel. Very nice to see you.
Sometimes you have to go into guerrilla warfare for a while,
I mean,
I've been busy. I've been fighting.
It's been a fuck of a year, hasn't it? Just everything. And there was a really.
I don't want to take every opportunity to go there. If you wanted to find out what's happened this year,
but no.
Hey, can I just before you start something? Can I just very quickly thank some people? Jazz Freeman, David Downey, Hayden Williams, Scott Williams, John Spence, and some bloke called Graham Hughes for buying a book. Thank you.
Who's that bastard? He didn't even put in the fucking
stolen your identity.
Politics Social fucking
didn't even use the discount code when I gave you.
Do you know what? I pressed pay, and then I went, oh fuck, I forgot the code.
I've rigged the site to make sure.
Today, this is really fucking grim. Like, this is the grimmest of the grim. So Graham Linehan, who is one of the most horrible human beings to ever walk this planet, a man who was arrested for threatening with violence trans people, telling people to attack, on his he's got a few 100,000 followers or whatever on his X platform, and he told people to assault trans people, and he was arrested for it, quite rightly. And then it was a big thing, but it was brought up by Nigel Farage in the US Congress, like saying, oh, well, there's no free speech in the UK anymore. You can't say shit. And you're like, oh. Anyway.
He did get his ass handed to him on a plate in that meeting.
He did. That was quite nice. But Graham Linehan today on X has gone out of his way to ridicule a trans child who killed themselves.
I saw that.
It is so fucking gross. I won't repeat what he said, But what a piece of fucking shit. I'm so glad he's lonely. He's an alcoholic. He's probably not long for this world. He'll die for alone. He won't be discovered for a very long time. On his bathroom floor, it'll be fucking decomposing because no one's going to give a fuck about that human piece of shit.
The judge also in that case has removed his bail conditions, which was like he wasn't meant to hassle people. And the judge, when it was in the Telegraph today, said that, just get rid of the bail conditions. You don't need them.
So he can hassle people.
It's very hard to be specific about which person you'd hassle because it's trans people generally. So
yes,
so that was fine.
But what a piece of shit! Like I'm just. It's one of those things where you think that guy's hit rock bottom, and then you're like, "Oh no, actually, there's lower he can go." It's like Trump syndrome or something. But
I mean, Trump gets lower every day. I mean, like that. I don't know if you've talked about the, that deal that's been a year in the making, and all the shipping companies had signed on, and China had signed on, and Trump bombed it today.
Yeah,
for pollution and carbon emissions on ships. It's like meant to be a really great deal, and he came along and bombed it.
Yeah,
said he'd tariff all the countries that signed it.
Yeah, along with, he got the votes he needed via Saudi Arabia and fucking Russia. Okay. But yeah, and the other thing with this week, there was an interview with Keira Knightley. Did anyone see this interview with Keira Knightley?
Oh my god!
No, do tell.
So she was asked about, because she's doing the voice for Professor Umbridge in the new Harry Potter audiobook series that they're having to redo now because Stephen Fry told J.K. Rowling that she's a fucker. Keira Knightley was being interviewed about doing this, and he said, "Aren't you bothered about the fact that J.K. Rowling's a mad fucking rabid transphobe?" And she went, "Oh, well, we just all have to learn to get along."
Yeah, that was disappointing. I mean, everybody that signed on to the new film, and I don't blame the kids because they don't know, but all the adult actors that went, "Oh, I don't really do politics. I'm not getting involved. I just want the money." And they're doing it.
It's very disappointing.
You see the Hugh Laurie's trying to sign up for it, and
it's like how much money makes the difference to your morals? It's like the Saudi Arabia comedy gig, isn't it?
Oh my god, Bill Burr that Bill Burr guy trying to justify going on that.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, everyone expected Jimmy Carr to go on it, but I mean, Bill Burr.
You'd have thought Jimmy Carr would organise it. That would just for the tax break.
And these are comedians who some of them make out like they're progressive, like and
some of them have come out and tried to justify it retrospectively, basically. There's a great Stuart Lee interview that he's done for a new podcast this week. Yeah, me too. And I've got tickets to see him at the.
I met him a few weeks ago. I got a picture.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it looked very cool. But no, he was interviewed about it, and he said, these guys are talking about being cancelled. He said, let me tell you what being cancelled is. It's when you turn up at an embassy to get your passport stamped when you're a journalist, and you get chopped to fucking bits and put in the skip outside. That's being cancelled.
Yeah.
You being told that you can't perform at a certain theatre in California because you're a cunt, that's not being cancelled.
It's not wrong, is he?
Very good.
Not wrong at all.
Yeah. And he's a big trans ally and says it, and he often teases JK in his shows, but he does it really cleverly. It's really good.
Yeah. JK Rowling is just, she's the actual worst. I was talking about this on one of the shows this week. Just like how she has made it so that when she carks it, people will celebrate.
Yeah, they'll be playing Ding Dong the Witch is Dead, just like they did Thatcher.
Yeah. And I just think Charlie Kirk, like some people celebrated his passing, and I'm like, well, I can't knock them. There's been a horrible case in America where 2 children were run over by a guy fucking driving 70 miles an hour on a fucking scooter or something. Because he was a big Charlie Kirk fan, and they made fun of him or made fun of Charlie Kirk.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Mowed them
down.
Mowed them down.
Oh, Americans.
And then there's a video of him. There's a video of him in a Twitch group, gaming group afterwards, just maniacally laughing about it,
bragging about it.
Yeah,
just laughing like a villain who's just tried to kill 2 young women would.
Yeah, maybe COVID turned half the world into psychopaths.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Well, we've seen this with Generation Z, haven't we? That the younger generation, the ones who stayed at home with their parents and were sucked into the internet and didn't have any kind of social life or anything outside of their parents and the toxic masculine pipeline of all turned into fucking rabid Republican, Tory voting, refuck voting, racist, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic.
Did you see the Did you see the photographs of the master race of those 6 guys in there?
Hilarious.
It was like, oh my god, if that's the master race, you only have to run more than 4 miles an hour. You're outrunning them.
There was a thing this week.
If this is white supremacy, we're fucked. Basically.
Well, there was a thing this week, wasn't there? A Republican chat that was published.
Yeah,
and it was all fucking the most vile, racist.
They're the guys,
Like, I love Nazis. I love Hitler. Like, this is what they were writing. That they were writing that rape was funny or something.
They described rape as epic.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And the vice president of the United States bats it away and says, "Oh, they're just kids." They were 33 years fucking old. What are you talking about?
40.
The age group 18 to 40 for that particular group.
They're just kids, and it was weeks ago.
No.
Why are we still talking about this? This is crazy.
It's
Did you see the guy in a senator's office who had an American flag behind him, and it had got the swastika in the stripes? And they, instead of just coming out and saying, "We sacked him, he's a Nazi," right? The senator comes out 24 hours later and he says, "We have been infiltrated by people that sent some free American flags to all of my staff, and they've sent them to others. We believe it may be Antifa. The flags at first, when you first look at them, look exactly like the normal American flag, and they've been placed in offices in order to catch us." And you go, "It's got a fucking swastika on it. A swastika. If you claim to love the American flag, you kiss it and shag it every bloody morning, but you don't realize that it doesn't have a swastika on it normally." It's like,
oh my god, I'm looking at the flag and they're saying it was an optical illusion. No, it's not. It's a fucking swastika in the middle of the flag. It's really fucking obvious.
And just to pin it up on his wall behind him with blue tack like that, he had to be looking straight at the swastika.
They're not very bright, these evil people, are they? I mean, it's like that superintendent in Nebraska. You know, had porn on the screen behind him, Mr. God Bible thumping, but 10 Commandments in schools. He had the porn on the screen behind him in a Zoom call.
Yeah,
it's like
I went to see One Battle After Another the other day.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
It's really awesome. Yeah,
I thought you were going to say it's really awful. Then I was about to start fighting.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it
so good.
Times, I reckon. Basically,
it's
amazing.
Oh man.
It is basically just a very slow car chase over 90 minutes with a lot of events happening in between, basically. But the right wingers in that, the Christmas adventurers or whatever, are just so pathetically dumb all the way through it. And amazing Sean Penn's portrayal of that, just the way that the Major walks in it. You just go, white supremacy, definitely.
Yeah.
Amazing film.
It was me and Ben
doesn't do the left. It doesn't do the left any favors. I think
I don't know. I think we look cool, and Benicio del Toro's character is fucking competent, and I just loved watching his competence. I loved watching him. Slight spoilers. He sorts something out for the hero, and he greets him in the car with a can of beer, and they just drive off into the dust, into the sunset, and it's just like. That is so just the Cerveza. Go on, Cerveza. But yeah, fantastic movie. If you liked The Big Lebowski, imagine The Big Lebowski, but directed by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Perfect.
Yeah. With a
big, and he's trying to remember the password, isn't he? He's like, I'm really stoned right now. I can't remember the password. I'm stoned. I've done a lot of drugs, man.
Very good. Very good.
Great film. One battle after another. Please go.
I also went to see I Swear.
Tell us about this. This is the Tourette movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an amazing. It's a story I didn't know. So it's based on it's a biopic, a real story of a guy, and he's a Tourette sufferer, and it's portrayed as a dark comedy. And the director just did this amazing job with this film because it's a good news film. I've read the reviews, and it's going to be a good news film. And it starts off with the sort of reassurance that everything's going to be okay, because it's a scene that should be at the end of the film, right, where he's standing outside this classy place in a palace, dressed in his kilt and is completely dressed up, and he's about to be invested with an MBE by the Queen, and he's incredibly nervous because he doesn't want to go in and ruin everything. And the woman that is effectively his surrogate mother in the end, in the story, is reassuring him to go in, and they walk in late. And as they walk into this room, the Queen's standing at one end of the room, and there's all these people in seats in their tails and everything else. And he walks in, he goes, I'm sorry. Fucking Queen, she's a cunt, basically, right? With the Queen in the room. And everybody in the theatre laughs like the director wants them to at that point. And then it cuts to the 14-year-old boy as the ticks start. Right? And he's a fantastic goalie. He's really funny. He's really popular. And then he starts getting these ticks. And then he can't be a goalkeeper anymore. And then he gets the cane 4 or 5 times just before he's trying out for a football team. I'm not going to ruin any of the... I mean, I've ruined the story because the end is he tells the Queen she's a cunt, basically, which is great. But I'd say the best bit about this film was that there were at least 4 people in the cinema who had Tourette's, which I think is a testament to the film, isn't it? It's, you know, like that they knew they needed to go and see this film, and they were Touretting all the way through the performance. But half the time, it just added so much more funny to the right moments, and much more pathos to some of the other ones, basically. But my biggest takeaway from the whole thing, I love the film, I love that audience, but sitting in a room with 4 people screaming out obscenities throughout a film did not annoy me anywhere near as much as the fuckers eating popcorn next to me.
I'm sorry, that was me. Sorry, Mike.
The noisiest eater in the world. And then halfway through the film, he gets up, goes past me to go out and buy more popcorn.
I never make it to the film with the pot. I go in with the popcorn and the Coke or whatever I've got. By the time the film starts, that popcorn's gone.
Same here.
I'm halfway through it.
Hey, listen.
The only thing that I realised I missed out on was I could have pretended I'd got Tourette's and just sit there going, "You noisy bastard!" Sorry, mate. Really sorry.
Little top tip for you now that Halloween is coming up. If you want to take a friend or loved one to the cinema, get one of these. Get one of these kind of style popcorn containers, right? The ones with kind of like a hole at the bottom of them. Get a big one, and you can put your hands through there, right? And just have your popcorn here and have your hands in the popcorn. If you're watching a horror movie and your friend or your partner, your husband, your wife is eating your popcorn, right? And then just at a prime moment, grab their hands. It's fucking brilliant. Gets them every time. Popcorn goes everywhere. You will leave a mess.
That's really cruel.
Does it get them every... Can you do that twice?
No.
Not to the
well,
same
maybe
person.
if you do it like 10 years later and they forgot that you did it the first time.
I really hate spiders. And I live in the middle of nowhere, and we've always got big spiders all over the place. And I watched Arachnophobia when it came out.
Oh, fuck.
My friend, halfway through, threw a ball of string at me. I nearly died.
I would have killed him.
Hey guys,
yeah,
I'm gonna pop off because I am really tired tonight.
All right, Scott.
You're really tired, man.
My eyes open. So,
well, thank you for coming on. My friend.
Thank you for coming on, and thank you so much for buying a book, Scott. There will be a special gift in there for you.
Oh,
it will be a picture of Mike's dicks.
Picture of Graham.
No, it's fine. No problem at all. Always happy to support. And
thank you, man.
Yeah, guys. I'll be a little bit more awake next week.
No worries, mate. Thank you for coming on.
Get some sleep.
All right.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Love you.
Love you too.
Lovely to see you, Rachel.
And you.
See you later.
Oh, Scott's leaving us. That's really sad because someone just put in the chat. I was worried Graham was putting something else into the popcorn. Scott would probably quite like that.
That's a different film.
But yeah, so I mean, it's been another one of those weeks where we've woken up and we've checked the news and we've just gone, what the fuck? What the actual fuck?
And you know what? Sorry.
No, go on, mate.
What annoys me is I I get up at 7 every morning, but I always wake up at 6, and I put the radio on, and it's always the World Service, and it goes, and here is the news, and it always, honestly, it goes, Donald Trump, the first top of the morning, first story. Donald Trump has done something ridiculous, and of course the BBC
in a news conference.
And the BBC interviews somebody in America, and they always saying more shit. Oh, and he's to the peace deal in Gaza. Blah, Donald Trump has blah blah. He's going to sort out Kiev and going out to Ukraine. And Donald Trump has, and he's like, God,
I hate seeing his face. I hate hearing his voice. I hate hearing his name, like reading his name.
But then an hour later, I switch on my phone, and there's an email saying, thank you for taking part in the BBC study. I don't know if anybody else did this survey, the big fuck off survey they did. And they went, you tell us that you want us to be impartial and impartiality is important to you. Well, we hear you. And it's like 75% or something just thinks the BBC isn't that impartial. And it's just, you want diverse faces from the population of the United Kingdom in our programs, and we've heard you. And it's like, what old bullshit is this?
Yeah.
You can't stop talking about Donald Trump. You don't have trans people on anymore. You don't talk about us. You platform Farage 3/4 of the time.
All the fucking time I see fans.
All
all the fucking time.
I still want to do my episode of Father Ted, the old trans episode.
Please.
And just end it with Father Graham in the fucking basement with all his trans porn.
That's a particularly good use of AI. That's worth signing up for a Soma.
You can do it with AI. There's been so many of those films on those YouTube channels that just do some. I'm always sending you those Trump music videos. I
need to remember to do Scalloween this Christmas, this Halloween, which is basically you just get Halloween and you just do a Scouse accent over Mike Myers.
Cool.
Hey, what are you doing now, girls? I'll kill you for fucking have some, you bastard.
That would definitely be more scary.
Oh, I thought you shot me. I'm at the window. Fuck off now. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Mike?
I was going to, actually, it was just a throwback to something Rachel mentioned earlier about going back in history. I ended up watching a documentary the other night about Ronnie Barker. Right?
Oh.
You know, those BBC 4 ones where they just do they put a bunch of clips together and talk about their career. And the way this show was put together, it's like a 50-60 minute show. I'd say 20% of it, they were kind of trans.
No, God, they're always dressing up. The worm that turned. No, remember that?
Yeah, absolutely right. But this goes back to the early 70s and 60s. Some of the stuff that he was doing on the Frost Report as well. Right? And a lot of it was like, it's not the taking the piss kind of humor. It was genuinely dealing with the issue back in the day, basically, or dealing with the fact that it existed. And it just struck me that I don't want to speak ill of the dead in any way, shape, or form, but he was a famously reclusive guy.
Yes,
he just was not showbiz at all, and his private life was very much his private life. And I just wonder. It just makes me wonder, basically, whether actually there was something about Ronnie that.
Maybe. There's a lot of us.
Everywhere.
I just want to say
bloody windmills.
I want to say a huge thank you to Darian the Star. For you are a star for the £10 super chat, and also equal number of men and women on the screen on Politics Social. Yes, and Tan would have joined us, and Tan says hi to Han and to Rachel, saying she was very tempted to come on by Rachel. Send my love. She's the best. But Tan can't come on today because she's been the dentist, so she's recovering.
But we hope you're all right, Tan. And
Tandy Lion, if you're watching, get better soon.
Definitely.
It is quite funny to do. I did a live stream the other year when I was just back from the dentist, and I couldn't feel this side of my mouth. I'm trying to talk, trying to do this live show. But yeah, it's what was I was just about to read some of the messages. I watched one about Dick Emery.
Oh, you're awful, but I like you.
Yeah.
That was good.
I think, don't you think though that a lot of sort of comedians in the 1970s and 80s sort of that they were more open than they are now in many ways? Like the fact that we've seemed to have regressed from
the two
fucking
Ronnies used to go to bed
1980s.
together. No, not the two. Morgan and Wise used to share the same
Morgan
bed.
Wise did.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
he? Absolutely.
No one but an eyelid. It was fine.
I saw an interview with the writer about that. The way he had to persuade them that it was a good thing to do, basically, because they did have questions.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was like at the time the Generation game with Larry Grayson and John Inman in Are You Being Served and stuff. You know, they were obviously playing. But nobody really was. Yeah, but they were obviously gay men, but nobody was actually saying. Nobody was upset. You know, was being cruel about it. It was just, oh, they're gay and they're funny, and you know, John Inman was pretending he wasn't gay, and it was quite funny, but we all knew he was, and that was quite part of the comedy.
Yeah,
and it worked. It kind of worked. Nobody was that bad. You know, it's like I always say that, you know, I was out. You know, I came out in the early 90s and people weren't transphobic. I mean, people hadn't come across it as much. Weren't many of us out. We were all there. There was a big scene in London. And things have got better. I've watched it get better, and then from 2015 get worse again. And now it's worse than it was in 92 when I was first out.
Which is why it's learnt behaviour, isn't it? So when people were confronted with something that they hadn't really been aware of, the first instinct is usually to be polite and to be normal and not to be a fucking weirdo about it.
Yeah.
And now
to ask questions.
Yeah, and now it's so like, and whenever I hear this line about the trans lobby, there's a lobby apparently, Rachel. There's a lobby. I don't know where this lobby is. I don't know who's in it, but they're really fucking powerful.
Well, the courts, media, the government, the television channels, everybody. And there's like 5 or 6 gender critical groups who are incredibly well funded. And the trans, where's the trans lobby? Where is the, you know, there are lots of little small trans organizations, and they're doing some good work. Yeah, I finance some of them for the charity that I work with. But we're small. We're scratching around for £10.
But it's also the right constantly talk about trans ideology. and you've only got to ask them.
You've got an ology?
What do you mean by that? What is transology?
It's something that they coined, isn't it? I mean, trans people go back to the pyramids and before, and you know, it's not there's no gender ideology, and there are no trans-identified males, as they call us. This is language they developed in the last 5 years.
I mean, again, just on my terribly sad BBC 4 documentary watching, I was watching one about Greek art, about the history of Greek art, and my word, the homoerotic nature of Greek statues, basically, over a 500-year period. There are
you should order a pizza in Pompeii.
Statues of men in dresses, basically, and they're really, really pouting it out. Basically.
I did classic for an A-level. I did classical civilization for an A-level. I dropped out later, but never mind that. But yeah, super.
You're such a typical model, studying the bloody classic.
Do you know? Isn't the term beard for a wife of a gay man being a beard? Doesn't that come from ancient Greece, or is this a myth that when they got married, because they were so used to sleeping with men, their wife would wear a beard, so to like ease them in gently into heterosexuality? Even if that's not true, I want it to be.
Maybe this is the problem. This is the problem with incels. This is entirely the problem with the incels, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should introduce them to Greek sexuality and just say, guys, instead of playing games all night,
shag each other. Yeah, shag each other, meet up, have sex. It'd be great.
It's always been so fluid.
Yeah.
For centuries, it's always been so fluid. I don't understand why there's this big thing about it now.
Well, it's although the hypocrisy, isn't it? Because on the hard right, we know that all the gay porn is consumed in the red states. We know trans porn is consumed in record numbers in the red states. We know that the Republican conventions crash Grindr. We know all that goes on. And even in the incel movement on the hard right in America, a lot of the guys in that movement have trans or effeminate partners. It's a thing.
Yeah. It's almost guaranteed. The ones that shout the most about it have got something they want.
And the sort of binary thinking of people, like this is just a new form of the homophobia that's been around for years. Of the people who said gay men can't get married, lesbians can't get married, because what's next? People will be marrying their pets,
donkeys.
Oh yeah,
and you're like,
but I think part of the there's a positive to take from this. It's not been my nature tonight. I've been Dragon's denning everything basically. But I was talking to somebody about this the other day. That one of the positives that I think we can take from this, I think what's rocking these people, what's causing them the biggest problem, is the next generation's openness about sexual fluidity.
Yeah, except the red pills.
And they're being confronted by their grandchildren and their children, etc., etc., who are coming out in all sorts of different ways now. And I think it's because it's being talked about so much that's what's actually bothering them. And in a way, the positive of that is that we are only one generation away from a generation that actually this is normal. It's like mental health is the same. You know, when they say, "Oh, well, autism must be caused by something because everybody's got it," you go, "No, they're just diagnosing it and talking about it." Basically, these are the people you used to call some terrible words in the playground, basically, and then they disappeared and went to a special school.
There are as many trans people now as there was in the 90s. It's just that this weren't out then.
Exactly.
They were there. The club scene in London, the trans scene in London is massive.
Yeah, and I just think it's a positive that, in a way that it's causing a problem for those people. The danger is that we let them get into power like they have in America.
Yeah, well, and Turkey's just rolling back all their LGBT rights as well. But I think the fact is that the right, even in the UK, there's been some surveys in America where they said, gender identity, it's getting less and less. You know, we look at this. It's working, this genderology and banning it in schools, isn't it great? Look at this survey, it's going down. And he got his maths wrong, and in fact it was going up.
But
even then you could find a justifiable reason for it going down, because the culture of fear around it at the moment would mean that you're not going to answer a survey correctly, are you anymore?
The absolute obsession of people is over, what people have in their underwear, how people are having sex, who they're falling in love with. This obsession is it is just the biggest weapon of mass distraction to distract us from the fact that we are setting this fucking planet alight for no reason. We have alternatives now. It's not like 30 years ago when, solar panels cost a fucking fortune and they worked about 5% fucking efficiency. Those days are over. We can make as much fucking energy as we want. We can make too much energy if we want to. The Chinese in China, they have managed to build these huge projects of solar panels and wind farms, and they're doing. Obviously they've still got a lot of coal. Shit.
They are going. They always said they'd peak and then they would start to go down.
Yeah, but they've got 100% redundancy. They can double. They can take double of what the current drain is on the system. They can double it and still get away with it. America, the UK, other countries, we've got fuck all redundancy because we don't have the infrastructure set up. They can't get the power through the wires. Like
it's ridiculous.
Tesla invented Tesla invented a solar panel system, and he put this proposal to Edison. And what he realized was that you could bounce energy off the stratosphere or one of the upper levels of the atmosphere. So you could broadcast energy from one place to another. And the model he put together was that we could just build all of these solar farms in Central Africa and the Sahara, and they could provide energy for the world because we could just beam it around the atmosphere and then pick it up like Wi-Fi on receiver towers. And Edison just absolutely crushed it. And he crushed it on racist principles, which was imagine the power that Africa would have if they controlled the power of the world.
Well, they do. They've got most of the oil.
They do, because they're
but then Western companies go and steal it. Oh, sorry, Rachel, what were you about to say?
Well, I was just saying, the fact is, it's the arguments I have a lot of people. I like you, Graham. I drive an electric car. It costs me a £5 every 200 miles. Costs me a £5. And I used to have I had a bloodthirsty Mini Cooper, and I've had all sorts of
bloodthirsty Mini Cooper, like Death Race 2000 style. Just go around bumping people off and get points.
I've always I'm old. I've always had hot hatches and stuff. I've always been like that. And then. I had a Mini Cooper Turbo, which I loved, and I let it go. And because I was doing, like 500 miles a year in it, because I live in the middle of nowhere and I don't go anywhere really far. So I thought, well, I'll get an electric car because I don't run around, and and I charge it, and then I run around for ages till I have to recharge it. But when I do it, costs me a £5. I took it down to Dorset in May, but and it was one charge, and when you drive it and it's quicker. This is an electric car and it's quicker than my Mini Cooper Turbo, which was fucking fast.
Yeah.
One
gear.
Yeah, one gear. You
One
shove
gear.
your foot down, and you're in the back seat with your legs in the air, and not in a good way. And, it really is. It's a fast car. It was, and I love it. I love it to death. And I'm a converter, and I've converted loads of people out of their diesels and their petrols into electric. Because once you've got one, you
don't go back. You
don't want to go back. You don't.
Kirsty in the chat saying electric cars are brilliant. They really are. They are so much fun.
They are the best. And it was
back into motoring.
envy, petrol envy. Oh, it'll burn your garage down. It's not got petrol in it. More petrol cars burn your garage down than electric cars do. It's all bollocks. I don't have range envy, and there are chargers fucking everywhere. And there's a thing on the dashboard that says one here, one there, one here, one there, as you're driving along. So you just know where you can go, and it'll tell you if the charger's booked or not.
I saw one of my favorite TikTokers, who's a guy called Jason Pargan, who's actually an author who wrote that John dies at the end. He just did a video about like the question was asked, in 100 years' time, what will people watch in movies that are being made now that will actually just blow their mind? And he was like, cars blowing up. In American movies, cars blowing up. In 100 years' time, there won't be any cars with petrol in. Yeah. It will make no sense. And they'll be like, you drove these things around with this explosive fucking liquid in it.
Yeah.
We did.
And you were like, we drove, we filled it up. We smoked as we filled it up. We were, we had a cigarette lighter.
We do need to moderate this on the fact that a Tesla Cybertruck will kill you, probably.
Yes.
Oh, that was horrible last week, wasn't it? Those 3 kids.
know what happened.
The software locks the doors when there's an emergency.
3 kids burned to death.
You can't unlock them. They just burnt to death in a Cybertruck.
Fuck.
And it's happened. There are hundreds of cases in the States.
One got out, and they had been taking drugs, they think. But the fact was, there is an escape mechanism, but it's quite complicated, and that just couldn't. With all the smoke and panic, they just couldn't activate it.
Well, who's going to be able to in a state of panic either? Because light kicks in, you logic goes out the window. You just panic, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the point being, you can't even wind the windows down.
No,
it goes into emergency mode.
And of course, there's and the glass is meant to be supposedly tougher, bulletproof.
Yeah, so you can't kick it out.
Break it supposedly that way, like you would if you went into the river or whatever.
Although apparently just throwing a small metal ball at it actually breaks it.
You're on stage in front of the whole world.
Yeah. Kirsty Mattea saying Rory Sutherland does a great spiel on if petrol cars were invented now, and I've seen it. It's really good. So if we all used electric cars, and someone came along and went, I've got this internal combustion engine. How does it work? Well, you have to dig out this slime from Africa. You then have to bring it over. You have to process it. Then you have to put it in a petrol station. And then you go to the petrol station, you fill up, and it's explosive.
I know.
It costs a fortune.
I remember Jay Leno. He's got a big car collection, and I remember that he was walking some guy around, and Jay Leno had one of the first electric cars. It had a handle for the steering wheel, and it was at the time. And he said this is the time when we could have gone petrol or we could have gone electric, and we went petrol sadly because lots of people buying the sludge all over Texas, and they were pumping it. So, and he said, "What's the range of that then? 5 miles?" He goes, 40 miles. He went 40 miles. It was a 1910 electric car. It did 40 miles. He went, yeah. You imagine how far they'd go now if we developed that technology.
Yeah.
One of them won Le Mans. One of the first Le Mans races was won by an electric car, and they banned them because they had too much of an advantage.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you're right, Greg, because if you think about it, like only bad guys smoke in movies now, and it's still nowadays. I'm an ex-smoker, and you watch those things and go, that feels wrong, basically.
Well, I remember when pilots used to smoke in the cockpit.
Yeah, you see a film from the 70s or 80s, even basically, and everybody in the office is sitting there fagging.
Well, I watched Fifth Element the other day, and they have the cigarettes with the massive filters on it.
Yeah,
it's like mostly filter.
Yeah,
that's what they thought. Yeah, smoke in the future.
But they still thought we'd be smoking. That's
I think it was George Gently, that Martin Shaw detective thing, which I really like. I mean, I'm old. I like this sort of stuff on ITV3. But George Gently, and it's set in the 50s or 60s, and every policeman everybody smokes. Every scene, they're all lighting up, and it was really weird to watch.
But I was thinking, I went to London the other day, went on the tube at King's Cross, and I was thinking that I'm old enough to remember when they banned smoking on the tubes after the fire at King's Cross, where they had wooden escalators.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the main thing is, you go, yeah, there were wooden escalators covered in oil, and that's why somebody dropping a fag down there was a bad idea. But also, people got on the tube smoking in those days. Yeah. And when that ban came out, there was outrage that people weren't allowed to smoke on the tubes anymore.
Well, there were loads of fires.
Now, if you got on a tube, how busy they are in the middle of the day nowadays. Basically.
I remember flying to Benidorm in the early 70s, and everyone was lighting up at the back of their plane at Luton Airport.
They had cigarette.
Playing with
ashtrays in the arm.
Yeah, the planes. Yeah, and at work, when I worked first time. You can always
look at Hannah's face. Hannah, she's just like, what?
This is wild to me. So I'm 32. So I remember going into pubs and there being like, when we went into like Fox and Hound, and there was like a kids area or like a family area and then a smoking area. I remember that.
Yeah, no, you could. I smoked.
There was no such thing as a smoking area.
Allowed to buy cigarettes, and I was like a rolly smoker from 18 to 25, and now I vape instead, which is, I don't think.
Hey, can I do another bit of self-promotion? Because
go on
this week as well.
Go on, Mike. Tell us.
I went to go. I had a hospital appointment, and I went to go and get a bus, and I'm stood next to the bus stop, and I'm looking at this poster, going, "Hang on, I recognise that bloke," and it was me on this poster, but fronting up a stop smoking campaign.
Hang on, you knew that you were going to be part of this campaign, right?
So they came and did a video. They paid me to do it as well, basically, because I was on this council counselling service last year, where they give you. It's a really good service. Genuinely, I'm not here to
take a snap of it so we can see it in the chat.
Yeah, we want to see it.
Yeah.
I could try and find it. Yeah, but
Graham put it up. I'd love to see that.
I'll try and find it if it's still in the Politics Social chat. Although we do have disappearing messages in the Politics Social chat, because there's stuff in there that week, probably a couple of weeks later. Shouldn't. I mean, Phil put up a news story. Horror at Easter time. World cream egg up bum champion eaten by crocodile. So that's what we're...
Yeah. Why Mike's looking for that? The biggest smoking experience, though, was... end 70s hovercrafts going over to Calais from Folkestone, and because those things were loud to you. I mean, a lot of people got tinnitus from those damn things. There's 4 big props on the top. You whiz across the channel in 35 minutes. The thing shook. They were in a rough storm. Everybody's going, oh my god! Everybody's smoking like man and throwing up, and you got off, and it was vomiting sick, and it was. Everybody, I was only 7 and I was smoking. Everybody's smoking on those things, and the whole place was like, blimey, it was terrifying. Hovercrafts never caught on.
Graham, I sent it to you.
Yeah. I thought there was one. Oh god, I just saw that picture that Aid sent of his chin. Oh my god, he was trying to, you know that Trump vagina chin thing that was going on in the.
It looks like a fucking ball sack. I'm sorry.
It is on the front cover of Time magazine.
And also notice that there's no scar or cartilage missing from here. Yeah. Just saying.
It was not.
Yeah, I know.
Not a conspiracy theorist at all, and I don't like to play into those things, but I found that very interesting.
Yeah. I'm not either. But the
There
guy
you go, Mike. We got your picture up. Guys, stopping smoking. It's well worth it with Mike Dix for free vapes, patches, and gum. You get
That's the thing that's good about it. So what they do is council-run scheme, and you get a counsellor for 6 weeks, like somebody you go and see every Thursday or whatever, and and you do a carbon monoxide test.
Yeah. So is it a bit like AA? So you get like a sponsor kind of thing. So like someone to support.
Yeah, it's kind of like all of that, but without the Christian bit at the end.
Right.
So yeah, you get a counsellor, and then she put me forward for this campaign. There's about 6 of us that did it.
Oh wow!
And they came in and did a video, but I didn't realise that they were going to use any stills from it for posters. Yeah, I need an agent, Hannah. That's what
you need usage. Is it worldwide? Is it national?
I'm telling you now. £100 not worth it.
Pay for that.
But hang on, aren't vapes bad for you as well? I mean, this is
I argued
for vapes, which you also made by the tobacco
I didn't take the free vape because I said, look, I don't want to get addicted to a bloody vape, basically. That's the point. So I used the lozenges.
Here we are.
I gave up with lozenges originally, but I've gone over to a vape now. So
need that nicotine, mate. Oh, wow, that
Is
nicotine.
it tobacco that gives you cancer or the nicotine?
Yeah, I mean, the cigarettes are the ones that cause the problem, basically, because you're literally putting burning tar into your lungs. It's
all sorts of chemical stuff.
Toxic chemicals.
But
But then
nicotine
vapes are chemicals. I mean, if you drink a Coke and go, or you drink a fizzy drink and go, oh, that tastes like chemicals. I mean,
you're still breathing stuff into your lungs, and you're still getting that if you have vapes that contain nicotine. And
I mean, I gave up smoking in 2016. I mean, actually, I didn't smoke before I transitioned. I smoked when I transitioned, right? Because I don't know, my persona, whoever, I just started smoking, especially on the club scene, and I loved it. And then I stopped in 2016, and I've stopped. I don't smoke, but if I do meet a friend I might have one cigarette after a meal if I'm with a really good friend. So I might have 3 cigarettes a year. And when I'm seeing that friend and it's in my diary, like 3 months, I obsess. I go, I'm going to get a cigarette that night.
Yeah.
You never really give up. You just stop and you just kind of. So I do look forward to I'm going to get a cigarette in 3 months or that night, because I really loved smoking and I really enjoyed it. And I like the habit and I like the gossip and I like the habit and the paraphernalia and sitting outside a restaurant. I loved all that. I loved it. And I would go back to it in a short if it wasn't bad for me. But so I do look forward to my 3 cigarettes every year, but I loved smoking.
Never smoked in my life. Never put a cigarette or a joint to my lips. No.
That's good. That's
impressive, man.
Not once.
Just the heroin then.
Well, I had 2 brothers. I've got 2 brothers, and one of them I got on with. The other one I didn't. Guess who smoked? Do you know what I mean? Oh, here's Mike. Mike is. Oh, there you go.
I found it.
My name's Mike Dix. I live in Brighton.
That's a terrible smile, though, isn't it? That's a terrible smile.
It looks a bit AI, mate. Are you sure you're not AI?
Yeah, I don't think I was.
Is that really you?
And then look at that cool smoker. Look
at you smoking. Started doing because it was cool. Look at you being cool.
You make it look cool, like I might start again.
Exactly. The biggest problem when I saw it back, I hadn't realised that I'd said that it was my first wife, Claire, that used to come to school with 10 cigarettes just to give to me, and I said that in the interview, and then at the end of that, I said to them, guys, don't play that. I don't think my ex-wife would like that, basically, and that's what they led with.
Oh shit! Will she see that?
Probably not.
Okay,
but look at that. I look great.
Look at that.
It could be a pop video for Ash or something.
That's model. That is full model.
Amazing what you can do.
Damian Destar has just put £10 in the super chat fund. Could someone promote Phil Morehouse, a different bias banger of a new single about Nigel Farage and his Betty traitor, Mr. Gill, please? Yes, I'll put the link up for that. If you haven't seen it already, he's done.
That is
Irish Rover. It's the Russian Rover, isn't it? Have you not seen that yet? Hannah, you need to get the Politics Social chat before it disappears.
I know.
I bet you just look at your phone and it's like 721 messages and you're like, fuck that shit.
Hi, Hannah, I'm on top of a mountain, send a helicopter. I couldn't get a text message.
Hannah, you're the only one that can save us. Stop ignoring our messages.
Hannah, we need you. Maybe
Hannah comes into the chat. What's going on, guys? What can I do? It's AIDS Dad's balls. That's the problem.
Always AIDS Dad's balls. Always.
It is a lot of that.
Fucking hell. There was a thing that Ollie put up in the chat. Teacher sacked after telling pupils about lad left bleeding from dildo mishap. Where'd you even go? What the? I mean, okay. Apparently,
somebody who shall remain nameless said in response to that he once got in trouble for telling his head of department that we should make all the bad kids sit on the broken glass bottles that we put in the bin, basically. Hang on. Whoa, what?
Let's have a look. So here we go. So here's Phil's version of Irish Rover that he did yesterday in the wee small hours. Because he had insomnia and he was bored. But yeah, so we're not promoting AI, but if we can do an all trans version of Father Ted, Actually, I don't want to use AI. I want to use actual trans actors.
Because I don't like AI.
J.K. Rowling off even more. Need to put it together.
I think, controversial view, I think that bubble bursts by next April.
What does?
Zuckerberg by next April?
No, the AI bubble.
Oh,
I think it'd be burst by then, yeah. But I'm just thinking, if I do my MTV channel, Mike, and I make loads of money out of it, I'll be able to afford to make my all trans Father Ted episode.
MTV.
It should be the racism episode. I hear you're a transphobe, Father. No, I'm not. Transphobes go around telling people what to do and how to think.
I think we should bring back the generation game. But we should
Let's have a look at the old scoreboard. Have you, my love?
Why was it called the generation game?
Because it was father and daughter, mother and daughter, father. It was always 2 generations.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe 3. Maybe my granddad and granddaughters. But anyways, it was always a couple of generations.
Was there ever an episode of Doctor Who called the Regeneration Game? There should have been.
Ooh.
You missed a trick there, Russell T. Davis. Call me Ross. Call me.
That would be. I mean, the plot of that is just it's a galactic quiz show, isn't it? And you're playing for planets or control over galaxies or something.
Oh, the last Doctor had a Eurovision, which was quite good.
But if you lose, you get a cuddly toy.
Univision.
Vendetta saying, how about a fully trans version of Harry Potter? Well, we'll start with Father Ted and then we'll move on to Harry Potter. That'd be fucking awesome.
Let's redo it. I want to get my tattoo covered now.
Yeah, I know a lot of my friends.
It's making me embarrassed.
Yeah, I've got
a Harry Potter tattoo.
The Hallows.
It's got a Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, a lot of
it's very small. It's very small. It's hidden by your hair.
You turn it into a.
As long as you don't get alopecia, you'll be all right.
Trying a pyramid ship from Stargate 1 or something.
What?
Is it your house? What's
turn
the symbol?
Turn it into Bill from Gravity Falls.
I feel like it needs to be aesthetic just in case for work, because sometimes they do put my hair up.
Yeah.
I am a bit like, this was my childhood and my
childhood
was safe, but now she's a fucking cunt. So I feel like I need to do something, and I feel embarrassed.
Sue her for your tattoo removal charge.
Now I've started my anti-smoking modeling career, basically. I should probably get this tattoo of Jimmy Savile and Michael Jackson off my back.
That would be a good idea.
I don't think that's going to sell. Like, I always think I have to be commercially friendly. So I would actually have a sleeve, and I would probably have like red or bright blue underneath in my hair, and then I'd be brunette on top, and I'd wear way more makeup all the time, and I'd have like more piercings, but like my nose piercing was like, oh, am I allowed to do this? And they were like,
your modeling career has prevented you from being a goth, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, because I signed it 12. So like at that point, my body's not my own. So I had to ask every point I wanted to do something. I had to ask. And my age now is like, basically, if you get like small little ones everywhere, they're fine. But don't get a chest piece. And I'm like, I don't think I would get a chest piece, but
Pete in the chat.
You don't need to draw more attention to that.
Hannah, Pete in the chat is saying, be thankful it's not a Jim fixed it for me tattoo like mine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah.
You have a tattoo of the medal.
Oh my God. Most people just think it's like a weird cult thing. A lot of people are like,
what is it? That? Is it a house symbol or something? Is it?
No, it's a triangle with a circle and a line in it for the.
It's a triangle with the circle and the line, so it symbolizes. Sorry, so nerdy. The Deathly Hallows. Yeah. So it's like the Philosopher's Stone, the Elder Wand.
Yeah.
Yeah, a relation of mine had
the invisibility cloak.
She's gonna get it removed.
Perhaps, I don't know. I can't remember.
No, Big G.
Have you got any tattoos, Graham?
No, I'm really boring. I've never smoked. I've never taken any drugs. I've got no tattoos.
Don't drink, don't smoke.
I've got no piercings.
Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you deadly?
I haven't had a drink for 2 weeks. I don't know.
I haven't had a drink for 3 years. I went to a pub the other night.
Yeah.
With a new friend, and they ordered the drinks, and the guy brought them over, and it wasn't a Guinness Zero. And just as he was about to put it on the table, he went, "Oh shit, that's not a Guinness Zero." And that was the closest I've got to having a drink in the last 3 years.
I mean, I like tattoos. I used to go out with a tattoo artist, but I've just never.
I've got one.
I know what I'm like.
You see that?
I know what I'm like. What does it say?
What does it say?
Lucas.
Lucas.
It's not
Lucas.
in the.
It's my grandson.
Is that for George?
My grandson.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is that in case you need to remember the director of Star Wars?
And look, I have enough room
In the quiz.
to put
I buy all their rotor arms and their distributor caps. You know,
I've got another one coming in April, so I've booked my tattoo appointment already.
Yes, exciting.
Really
yeah,
good job.
Love it.
But no, I just know what I'm like, right? And I'd just get pissed off after a while, and I'd want a different one. Do you know what I mean? And that's my psychology.
I can't have tattoos.
I don't want to use. Put my posters up with glue because I know I'll probably want to take them down and change them for something else.
I'm orange, so tattoos don't go with nothing goes with orange except green.
Yeah. Well,
you could have a green tattoo. You could have a green tattoo.
I don't think that tattoos would look particularly good on my skin.
No, me neither.
I love them.
My biggest problem is what if my grandson turns out to be a terrible transphobe in the future, and I'm going to have to get that changed to something else.
Or what if your grandson turns out to be trans and changes her name, and then you'd have to cross it out and put. You didn't think of that, did you?
Lucas. Just get huge, wouldn't it? It's like. Hey, do you want to, it's a slightly cute story. The reason it's there and pointing the way it is because that's the arm I do my blood tests every 3 months for leukemia, and I just sit there looking at my grandson every time.
Oh, that's really nice.
Beautiful, Mike. Oh, that's lovely.
I'm going to see him next week. I'm going to Madrid.
Yay!
First time in a year.
Did you get one of the 50p flights?
Didn't you go for the wedding? Wasn't that this year?
I went to Seville. Yeah,
that was Seville.
That was literally.
I thought we weren't talking about him.
Jimmy Seville.
To Jimmy Seville's wedding.
Oh no, that fucker.
Do they live in Spain?
Yeah. So I had to send a copy of my passport to my son yesterday. There's two reasons. There's a political Brexit story in all of this, but the primary reason, which is awesome, is that he then passes that on to the school, so I can collect him from school for 5 days, which will be just awesome. But the other thing is that he has to go to a police station. Right, this is a new Brexit rule that's come in with the new Schengen laws, new Schengen transit laws. Because I'm staying with him for more than 5 days, he has to go to a police station and get a letter signed to say that I am staying with him in case I get asked at customs, basically. Apparently it's not happening at the moment, but this is what will be happening as of October, and it's gradually being rolled out. And so if you're flying out to see family now in Europe, you have to get written evidence that you are staying with them in their house, basically now. And you have to, and the only way it works in Spain is you have to go to a police station to get that signed. In order to come
you've
back.
also got to have your fingerprints, haven't you now? As of last week.
Yeah. So one of the things I love about that, in a way, is all the kids of the taxi drivers in Malaga that voted for Brexit are going to have to go through that process now, basically. And you kind of go, that's cool. But somebody was telling me the other day that the queue at Madrid airport was, it took nearly 3.5 hours to get through customs.
Oh, wow.
It is a nightmare. As someone that travels really regularly, and I work a lot in the European countries, mainly Germany, Denmark quite a bit, and then occasionally I get like in Italy or something. It's embarrassing, actually, now, because I remember when Brexit first came in and I was on a shoot and they were like, so what do you think of Brexit? And I was like, fuck my life. I'm so embarrassed because everyone wants to retire in Spain or do whatever. Yeah. And I'm here like working, and now I'm missing flights because agencies will just book you like you can fly like Superman.
But Han, don't worry. Nigel Farage is still going to be able to retire in Spain because he's a rich little cunt.
It's fucking embarrassing as someone that also like, especially like, I love the Germans. Like I have such a good work experience there. And when I'm working in Denmark as well, like the level of treatment that you get is so different to London. It really is. It's like miles apart. Breakfast, proper lunch break, all the things. And they're so lovely, so efficient. Everything is timed perfectly. Lovely breaks, all the things. And then I come back here and I'm like, why did we fucking do this?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing because we had such a lovely, working, brilliant relationship, and then you go there and like, oh yeah, Brexit, and I'm like, I didn't vote for it. Thank you. It's fucking awful. Everything costs more. Samples are fucked up.
Have you noticed you travel a lot to Europe, but when you're in that queue, that long queue, and all the Europeans are just sailing past you and wandering through the passport control.
And I have the new.
Nobody in the queue that you're chatting to ever says, "Yeah, I voted for Brexit." Yeah, everybody you ever talk to just says, "Oh God, we're a bunch of idiots, aren't we? Look what we've done to ourselves."
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" It's always the same conversations. Always. It's all. Hate it.
Then again, maybe it's a good thing because the British do love a queue, don't they? So
they do.
No. We have a queue.
I'm not British, then I fucking hate queues. I've got ADHD.
I haven't travelled with my wife since this has all come in, but I think she can still come through the fast queue with me, can't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
except my son, when they came over in June, his wife was taken off separately from the queue, though. She was, because she's Spanish. She was asked to go into.
We're going to be living in Ireland anyway, so I think she gets she'll get a passport.
Irish passport.
I'm just looking at my stamps in me new passport because it's fucking piece of shit fucking thing. But because I went on the choo-choo train last summer to France, it's actually got a steam train picture.
No, can we see? Can we see what?
Yeah, if I cover up the number. I don't know.
No, we can't see. But that's
hang on. I can just take this right down.
Really,
there you go.
There it is.
You see the choo-choo train there?
That's cool.
How cool is that?
Cool, man.
Not as cool as the stamp for Mauritius, which has a dodo on it. It's a little dodo on the stamp.
It's just giving me an
Cool.
excuse.
Bring them back.
Plug something else I'm selling at the market today.
Oh yes, please do, Mike. Plug away.
Which is the Trumpton passport.
The Union. It's got 2 unicorns.
2 unicorns, yeah, because that way I'm not breaking any laws. And then it's got a disclaimer in there saying that it absolutely is not a legal passport, but if you find the mayor of Trumpton, you get a cup of tea.
I want to try and use that to leave the country. I think it'd be hilarious.
They're
looks legit though, to be fair.
It does look legit.
I'll tell you what's amazing is how easy it is to end up designing something that looks just like a real passport.
It
is not hard. I'm a bit worried that this one looks more like a passport than any I've ever done before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to wrap it up in a minute because it's coming up to the witching hour, and I don't want to turn into a pumpkin. Has anyone got any stories that we haven't mentioned, like any mad shit? Because a lot of mad shit happened every week. It's like, so all the mad shit. Is there anything that's happened this week that we haven't mentioned? That we
you did the China stuff.
Did China stuff? The peace in the Middle East. We haven't even fucking mentioned Israel, Gaza. But
that's probably
Well, that's another 7 hours of talk, isn't it? So
I think Trump thinks he's finished there. I think he thinks he's done the job now. Had all the celebrations, drank the champagne, and everybody you listen to that's done any diplomatic work at all is saying, "Okay, this is the start of a 7-year process."
Yeah,
and it's probably going to go wrong. So, good luck with that celebration.
Hannah's just gone. I was going to say that someone's left a message for her, but I'll wait till she gets back. But yeah, the Trump is now putting forward this peace plan idea, whatever, for Russia and Ukraine, and essentially he's going to go and say whatever Russia has already taken, which is 1/5 of the country of Ukraine. They should just keep that now. Trump says Russia and Ukraine should end war where they are.
I don't know. I think Ukraine should fight on. I think they are. I don't think Russia can go much longer. And they're hitting them with their long range rocket. They're taking all their power out. They're taking all their fuel refineries out. Russia's economy's gone. I think they should keep fighting.
Yeah, and Trump tonight is having a $1 million per plate fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago.
Shocking.
We should also talk about it at some point. His ballroom that he's building.
Oh, but did you see him with the little arches?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
the arc.
But yeah, the main thing about that, the story that keeps resonating with me on that is just if you know that you're leaving in 2 years' time, you don't do that.
No.
Right? Because it's going to take 2 years to finish.
He's not going to live that long. I just think that they give him projects. They give him projects. Do you want to talk about your arch and your ballroom and Miller and fucking Russell Voigt, the evil? They're running the government.
They have so much money though. They've got so much money. They'll keep them alive through fucking some dark magic. And
there was a report this week that Trump has actually, for the first time in his life, got genuinely rich in the last 12 months.
Yeah, he has.
He's a billionaire now. He's a billionaire for the first time.
Even Barron made 100 million out of some crypto thing.
Yeah. Hannah, now you're back. Vendetta in the chat as to reply to what do you say when someone asking if you voted for Brexit. You shout, all caps, I did not vote for Putin's Brexit because I'm not a fucking traitor. Love it. Love it.
Just going back to something you said earlier, Graham, I think what Labour have worked out now is that when Keir stood up to Farage and called him out as a racist, basically, that was incredibly popular.
Yes.
With his not just with his base, but across the board.
Well, I thought Torbeck was going to do it.
Yeah. And I think what they've decided is, okay, look, why don't we just wrap Brexit in? Because we are about to hit with a new budget, which is going to be, semi-austere, semi-tax raising, just because it's got to fix the problems that they're fixing, and the way the economy is going. And a big part of the blame for that is Brexit, and they are going to have to come out and start saying the Tories did Brexit, Farage did Brexit, we're dealing with the fucking mess, right? And that's what their line is going to be, I think, running up to the council elections next year. And I think it's a good line. I definitely think it's time for them to flip it round now and just say,
it's a true line, is it not? It's a true line. They fucked it up well and truly, and everyone seems to have a very fucking short memory.
Yeah. And it goes back to what you were saying about Zach.
No, he has nothing. He lied to you all.
Yeah.
He's fucking rich. He's lied about his houses. He's done all the things that he criticized other people for, and yet he's still being platformed by BBC, platformed all the time. Like, it's fucking enraging.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's all, people just don't even, the slight, Tommy 10 names caught with a Bentley with 15 grand in the boot. I mean, that's not exactly the working class hero, is it?
No, absolutely not. And so I'm a little bit like, you believe the headlines. Why do you not care? These people are very clearly not on your fucking side.
Yeah.
At all. How can you not see this? I appreciate that there are certain people that will go and do research. There are certain people that will not. There are certain people that will read headlines. But how on earth do you think that someone like fucking Farage is the same as you?
Or would even give you the time of day if he wasn't trying to get your vote. Basically.
Believe that he has your best interests at heart.
Yeah.
I think people just believe what they want to believe, don't they?
This is why, I haven't kept up with things. I found myself so incredibly pure rage in the last 3 or 4 weeks that I have not, I do the rest is politics, news agents, all the things, all the podcasts, and I will also read The Sun, read the Daily Mail, read all the things I don't want to read because I feel like I'm going to disagree. But fine, I do that for research. But in the last few weeks, I just have not been able to because I have this deep, awful, deep thinker. I actually can't cope with this at this point. It's so depressingly obvious. We have Keir Starmer, who was an ex-human rights lawyer. We're funding a fucking genocide. We have watched it happen. And now that everyone's like, oh, it might be, I think it is. It's too far. You can't take that back now. It's gone too far. There is no way to get that back now.
Yeah. It's just political expediency with him, though. I mean, he knows, 2 years ago, he was standing in front of one of the London Pride. I mean, he knows the gender critical stuff. Our stuff is bollocks, but it's political expediency. And I think he just, I don't know. I mean, apart from being badly advised by the people he's been advised by, I mean, Graham and I talked about this, that he can't visualize stuff. He's got this thing. See, if I said to you, there's a pink elephant behind you, you could visualize that, but he can't.
Yeah.
So he can't see a future. So he's always in the moment, So I'll do what Morgan says right now. I'll bounce off you right now, but I can't imagine that pink elephant or what a Labour future looks like because he can't see it.
But half of leadership is being able to visualize the bigger picture.
Yeah.
These are basic leadership skills that you should have.
Yeah, it's good for a lawyer because you work very sequentially and very tight.
Absolutely.
But he can't,
But it's shocking to me. I wake up every day and I think, how the fuck am I reading that this is true? How the fuck has Trump been able to do this week? How the fuck is JD Vance going from I'm a never Trump guy to
power and money?
Yeah.
Well, never Trump. He called him Hitler. He said he was America's Hitler. Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll be your vice president, Hitler." I mean, Trump. Before we go on,
Peter Thiel called him up, didn't he? Money in camp.
Peter Thiel is just a vile man. He looks like Gollum. Him and the advisor to what's his name, Mike Bullsack, the Trump's advisor. Who's behind a lot of this horrible shit that's going on. Stephen Miller. He's
a nightmare.
Yeah. Both of them just look like they're in a Gollum costume cosplay fucking competition, so you can look more like Gollum. Viper Scott, Alice Sturm, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. That is very kind of you. Mike Dix, if you have put 2 unicorns on that fake passport, it's the Scottish King's emblem, my friend. I hope it's not a direct copy of the King's crest, because you'll be done for. Pedophilia. The other one, copyright infringement.
It's not, and it also says unicorns and rainbows underneath.
Hey.
It's a beautiful little document. I love that.
It is indeed.
They're pretty things.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to call it a night. It is 4 minutes past midnight, so we should at some point let our audience get some sleep. So thank you very much to my co-hosts Mike and Rachel and Hannah. Thank you so much to Aid also and to Scott who were here earlier. Thanks to everyone who has watched, everyone who's contributed to the chat, our socialites. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone who dropped in some money into the Super Chat Fund. You keep us going and allow me to buy Mike's book. The URL of which I'm about to. Oh shit! Wrong fucking thing.
Can I just thank Paul, Evan, Olivia Wallace, and Jan Wallace? Basically, I think that's actually the same customer. But thank you for buying the books. Thank you everybody for buying the books. And Graham, thank you for letting me flog some books.
That's all right. So if you want to buy Mike's book now, the link is in the chat. It should work, and you can go and do that.
And use Politics Social in the when you go out.
Right, depending on how I feel, I might do a show tomorrow. If not, I'll see you on Sunday. And until then, thank you so much for watching. Give us a like on the way out, give us a like. And until next time, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye.